And we're live.
Friend of
Ah,
Welcome back to another episode of Survivors of Tarnstead. We're going to start with our usual manner of introduction. First up, we have Blackheart as,
Eric Marsh.
with Cronus as,
Ardria Lira.
Adden as,
Tilda.
with Marcus as,
Corvus at last.
with Semi as,
Gift and Grayscale.
you have me, Yuri, as your friendly DM. Who'd like to give a recap?
I can do it.
Okie
Last time on Survivors of Tarnstead, we began our intrepidness of being in the past. We came outside and there was a massive blizzard. We had various conversations about who was man enough to be out in the blizzard and in various bits of temperature and wind. It was awful, but the Goliaths went anyway. We bid our farewells to Scrim Hayason and his tribe as they went off to do their set up their clan. Gift and give them directions on where a cave might be. The group then sat there hemming and hawing a little bit because there was the nervousness of which god to approach first, because whichever one we approached first could set everything into a bad motion, because we were pretty convinced that Ilan might decide to just keep Gifton and we might not be able to get through to him as easy without some other people there to kind of hold him back a little bit, which meant we had to go to Imor, the god of death, first, which was a little scary for people. Corvus was talking about how he thought he had all along been connected to Imor instead of Miris, and that didn't make sense to some people, because I'm still not sure how that one works, but he feels like he has a deeper connection to Imor, and wanted to try and pray or do something with that. Gifton was kind of going, okay, but as I recall, Imor was kind of trying to kill you on sight last time we had you together, so I wasn't sure. We decided to go, hey, let's start feeling out the playground by talking to Turiel, because she's the one angel that, other than Raziel, who's in this current timeline, that could possibly help us or know exactly what's going on and might be able to give us a leeway into other angels and other gods and things like that. Got a hold of Turiel, found out that there's a party call that you can do on Angel Radio. Gifton was surprised. Got in touch with Yamiel. Yamiel showed up as an adorable little girl angel. Yamiel ended up helping us get into contact with Imor. I think he thought that was going to go a lot differently than it did. I think he didn't like what we did to Imor because it looked like Imor was in pain when we were giving him his memories back. He didn't enjoy the experience. We give him his memories back. He immediately said that we should probably just go start with Haya because he didn't feel like talking to Ilan was safe at that point, which didn't take the uptake that, oh yeah, Imor and Ilan had a bad time during this time, so we didn't realize that they weren't on good terms. We went to Haya's, having a meeting with Haya, granted to us by Imor. We all kind of came out and were like, hey, we're people from the future and we're here to tell you stuff, and she was kind of wanting to know who we were. Much like Tilde played the guitar for Imor, which I glossed over. Gifton gave Haya the hug, which had her memories, and then she also kind of went through a bit of pain, but she mustered through it, remembering a lot of hard things that happened. And then we were on to Ilan. Ilan was like a scared, cornered animal, or ferocious, cornered animal. I'm not sure which way it was. He was very animalistic in his behavior, and he seemed very tense, like he felt there were threats everywhere when we were trying to talk to him. Gifton played the music box. That seemed to upset him greatly. She gave him the sapling, and he slowly became himself, but he didn't seem as together as he was previously. He actually asked for the music box back, which he had previously said he was going to let Gifton keep. She gave it back to him immediately because she knew it wasn't really hers. And then they started talking about, well, what's our next step? And we're like, let's get a hold of Miris. And we're like, oh, but we have nothing to help jog Miris's memories. But Telde pointed out he had a book. So we went ahead and got a hold of Lucifer. Lucifer seemed really confused because he has absolutely no idea what's going on. But he's being yanked around by his father. So we had Lucy show up. We had Lucy get a hold of Miris. We went to go see Miris. Miris took the book from Telde and was immediately like, I'm up to speed, upsetting various different people because it's all a Miris plot. And then we agreed amongst the four of us, or the four gods and such, because the four of them were there, that they were like, yeah, we should probably just go right to Morgani on this. So they got a hold of Morgani to bring her in, warned all of us, that she's, away. And Gifton gave a warning of we all need to be on our best behavior because at the current time we have no ends with any of the gods. And as mortals, we are basically dirt in their eyes, and we have to behave as such. We need to be humble and all that. And we started having the meeting with her. It was discouraged for Gifton and Cassie to do anything at all dangerous talking wise with her. Gifton started to pipe up, but stopped a couple times. RG told Morgani to stop the attitude, and Morgani immediately left in anger. Then we were told by the gods that we will need to do an apology to Morgani, and they were going to try and get ahead with the other gods to go start talking to them directly, which kind of felt like they weren't going to have us talk to other gods now. We left from there to go to the Feywild because Gifton still has tokens to deliver for memory to give to Titania and Lord Oberon. Before later in the evening, we are going to try and get RG to a sacred site on Barast, where the Eye of Morgani is, hoping that she can pray and ask for forgiveness for Morgani so that maybe she'll hear us out. But we ended the session with the group teleporting into the Feywild, landing in front of what appears to be the palace of Lord Oberon and Lady Titania, waiting for the unicorns to come. That I got all the names, all the vowels are screwed up in my mouth right now. Ilan sent because he was worried about our group and is just genuinely worried about gift and safety with the babies. And we were sitting there right in front of the thing, waiting for unicorns.
Okay, very good. Go ahead and take yourself a heroic inspiration.
Okay.
And welcome, Toby.
Yes.
SVP is still shot.
Yes.
There you go.
Okay. We pick up where we had left off. You are waiting around for a few minutes, waiting for this, the sign of unicorns to drop. Still no luck so far. There stands Oberon's Echoed Castle. No real signs of activity around you.
Shouldn't there be like satyr guards?
There should. At least there were last time you were here in the future.
Yeah. And it's just the group of us, right?
Mhm.
Dingus. Because
Yep.
we didn't bring anybody else. So, and I'm still without my ring on, so I'm just gonna. Why don't we at least maybe knock on the door? Do you think that's okay?
I guess.
That can't hurt, right?
May as well try.
It could.
We don't know what'll happen this.
I have
I'm here.
no opinion on this matter. It is something I am profoundly unaware of.
Doors?
No, Feywild in general.
Oh.
Well, if
Okay.
So,
you were
I'm gonna start
if you had
marching
no
my way
concept
over.
of doors, that could explain a lot.
Okay. You march on over to the tree castle, and yeah, that nice grand door stands there, solid and closed.
That little tiny gift and knock.
Okay. Yeah, it's not even that loud.
Yeah, so I know this is we're enhancing this scientifically.
Read your cast.
I'm not casting
it's
knock. I'm not.
No,
I don't cast spells.
You can cast what's it called to make the knock louder.
I could
Oh,
thought
great.
it. I'm not doing that to the fake castle. I don't get in trouble. Hello.
Carrick's gonna also knock and see if it's make a little more noise than.
Okay. You knock. Gifton.
Mhm.
What are your expectations here?
Like it would probably be like just that immediate opening that we saw with like the stairs that go up, and then like that big beautiful door that goes off to the ballroom, and like the doors on either side.
But are you expecting the door to open?
Well, the door I don't for me. So I don't know why it opened for him. um, so, actually, I think it would open. Yeah. I'd expect Fedor's to open like that. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, the door opens up, and there are those grand stairs, those doorways leading off to other corridors. That very familiar image.
Hello.
It is remarkably quiet here.
For the
Like a day.
Feywild, indubitably so.
Maybe they're busy.
Do
10,000 years
define
in the
what
past, with
Feywild
what?
and busy is.
Listen,
Seems
this-
like they are.
You get some very
whatever
graphic flashes from Dingus's mind.
Oh,
Anything that would occupy their time more than paying attention to the door.
Is that biologically possible?
I don't want to medically know.
I've done that.
I'm
Not surprised.
Don't.
Really?
Mhm.
How did it feel?
Invasive.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm. It made it a lot harder when I got wings. I'll tell you that.
Sorry, that's a line
The
that
last
works
time-
on too many levels.
The last
Mhm.
time we were in Oberon's castle, we walked through some hallways that kind of looped around in circles, but we had to have a guide. So I'd rather not get lost in that place.
I didn't have to have a guide.
Well,
You just have to know where you're going.
and where are we going?
I'm pretty sure most of it's the case that he just likes you, isn't it?
Is Oberon here?
I don't know. I don't know how you check to see if they're here. Usually there's satyrs. There are no satyrs.
There was also tree gods and dryads and
A door to your left opens up, and a very confused looking satyr walks through it.
Hi!
no, it's about time.
Hello?
Do you work here?
No. Do you?
No. No.
Okay.
Do you know where Oberon is? Or Lady Titania?
The Lord Oberon and Lady Tanya.
Yeah.
Do I know where they are?
Yeah.
I don't know where I am.
This is why the Feywild is my antithesis.
Do you know where you were before you came through the door?
Oh, yes.
Where were
Where
you?
were you before?
I was walking along the path to go get some berries.
Hmm.
And then there was a door, and, well, there's a door.
You went through the door.
Of course.
Just walk through it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is the door still open behind him, or did it close?
It is open behind him.
Gonna walk over and kind of like poke ahead, just like looking.
That's a
past
nice
the
looking
door.
path.
Yeah, there's a path. You do actually see some berry bushes off to the side. So I'm just going to,
You gonna go back to your berries?
yes. Okay.
So
Alright.
do you know Oberon, Lord Oberon and Lady Tanya are at least
No.
where they would be about?
No.
How we might get a hold of them.
Oh, yes.
Ow.
Oh,
Seek them out.
Yeah.
Thank you for your assistance.
That was very helpful. Thank you so much. I hope you have a good time berry picking.
Oh, thank you very much. And they smile, and then they just close the door as they step back.
I was going to ask if you get their name to say call on them. Ah, yes.
There is
One thing if somebody gives you their name. So another
Clattering.
thing if you take it.
from the right doorway.
Mhm.
Sound of
That was
something
Turning.
funking against it.
I bet you that's unicorns. Open it up. Come on, open up that door.
okay. Carrick should open the door.
Indeed. A pair of unicorns stumbled into the room. One of them looks like they are sort of keeping watch out. Rather intense, intelligent eyes darting about. Their horn seems to be aglow. The other is just looks perplexed, as the satyr did, and sort of regards a lot of you and goes, Lord Illan said to find you, and then you were hard to find.
Oh, sorry. We thought if we came to the castle that would make it easier. Hi, I'm Gifton.
The castle.
This is Cassie, and this is Corvus, and this is Telday, and this is Argy, and this is Carrick.
Lord Oberon's
And this
residence.
Lord Dingus of the Bridge.
Castle. A big tree.
This is not Lord Oberon's castle. I'm Orenfell. This is Marinfell. Do you think you're... This is... You've... They close their eyes.
You say Morinthal and Orenthal?
Yes.
No, I'm pretty sure this is their castle. I've only been there a couple times, but I know what it looks like.
No, this has the marks of a fresh creation in the Feywild.
Oh, did
Did
somebody
you
just make this?
When we came to the Feywild, what did you immediately think of, picture-wise?
I was doing what I do when I cast the plane travel spell, and I visualized where I wanted to go, and I wanted to go to their castle because Oberon told me lots of flowery stories about him and her and this place, and I figured they'd be hanging out here.
And how soon has it been manifested? Talk to the unicorns.
Recently, it seems.
Do you know how to
He
get a hold of?
have done that
What?
through a plane shift?
Oh, you
No.
think Dingus did it? He is a Fey Lord.
Well,
Did you make this?
if he's a Fey Lord, then I suppose he could create a realm, yes.
Oh, Dingus, you made a
And-
castle!
As to you, Metal One, yes, we know how you could find them.
But he's not here.
Would you be able to assist us?
Why would he be in the thing that's apparently freshly created, Corvus?
Right.
We
Maybe
can assist.
maybe they got curious because a door appeared and they wanted to come through. People do that. Doors are interesting. Like, what's through that door over there? I don't even know. It could go right to Titania and Oberon. It could go right into
I'm
the
going
freaking
to
waterfall.
Go open that door.
Okay. Oh no. Okay. There's an alarming moment as there is mist now coming through that doorway.
Yay!
Gonna back away from the door.
See, it's the waterfall.
Maybe close the door.
Yeah, close that door.
Oh,
I think this
Did
is
you
just
not
making my
want
place.
see the
Okay.
nymph.
Stick your head back out through and find out.
Yeah, I'll stick my head through the door. Way.
We are like 100 years off from her being there, maybe.
Okay. There's a great big river and lake and a waterfall nearby. Yeah.
Oh.
There is no reply. Actually, there is a reply. A pixie flitters down into your face, stares at you intently, looks past you, zooms into the room.
Do you know
Hello.
where I can find Lord Oberon?
Yes, I do. Follow me.
No, let's not follow the.
And
I
they,
think we're supposed to follow the unicorns.
They know where.
ugh, unicorns.
No, unicorns are special and cool. Look how big they are. Gibson's pointing up at the big unicorn.
The pixie makes an exceptionally rude gesture at the two unicorns before flittering back out the door.
Well, thank you anyway.
Not nice.
That's the rudest child I've ever seen.
I apologize for my cousins.
And we're quite used to it. Your cousins?
I'm kind of.
I'm sorry.
Long
well.
story, don't ask. Your mind
It's
will
very
be safe
simple.
for not knowing.
She's a brownie. They're essentially cousins to other forms of fae.
You
I'm
Here's
all
the long
seem
story.
quite quaintly attuned to being in the Feywild. That explains your erratic behaviour. But if you wish to find the Lord and Lady Oberon, we will take you to the last known location. Unfortunately, they seem to be dwelling within some of the border realms right now, so they may have stepped forth onto the mortal plane.
Oh, that means they took some of the Feywild with them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, can we go there?
Follow us.
Might as well.
Okay, I'm gonna start following them. Trudge.
Right, they
don't like
Close the
tree.
door, I
We are now
guess.
going as fast as Gifton's little legs will take her.
Right, they go back through the door that they came through, which just seems to lead into some sort of wild brushland. They, as you all sort of come through the door, leaving the Equot Castle behind you, one of them turns to look back at you all and goes, "If you could please empty your minds as best as you can and follow our leads."
What?
We will be influencing the direction of the path, and your own desires may change that.
One,
will-
two.
I can do that really
three,
easy.
4, 5, 6,
Head empty.
7, 8, 9.
Unicorns,
10,
Right.
The
unicorns.
opposite
I'm
of
following
emptying.
unicorns.
Okay.
Unicorns, unicorns, following.
Anyone that wants to try and achieve a state of no mind, I'm gonna want a charisma check from you, please.
Corvus
Unicorn,
is counting.
unicorn, unicorn,
Okay.
unicorn.
Okay.
I'm loading my character sheet because I, in my excitement to hit a button, closed it. I'm not smart. I would like to point out I should have advantage on head empty.
Mhm.
Does Dingus need a head empty roll?
No,
Or
Dingus
he
is okay. Dingus is the natural.
Oh no, my head empty.
Surprisingly, your head is filled with many things.
I'm thinking about unicorns.
Oh no. Why are
Okay.
several more unicorns randomly appearing all around us?
Hey,
I'm
Gifton.
kidding.
They all look really
all the unicorns.
surprised.
Gifton, please tell me some of your errant thoughts.
Unicorns are pretty. I like unicorns. Oh man, I wish I had berries. That one stager was gonna get berries, and I want berries. Oh, but I also want spring onions. I'm kind of hungry. I really haven't had a good meal in a while. Oh, you know what would be really great is if we could go see like one of those really pretty flower fields, and we could go get a buttercup. I always wanted to get a buttercup for Dingus. That would be really neat.
Okay, let's see.
So, do you want me to keep going? Because I
No,
can
that
gift
gives
them.
me enough.
All right.
Okay. So what's going to happen is you are going to start journeying, and the unicorns do seem to be setting a path for you. It's rather ordered as far as the Feywild goes. No real twists and turns, just a shifting landscape appearing ahead of them.
Oh.
Until it does, in fact, coalesce into a field of flowers. Buttercups amongst them.
Wow. Buttercups! Dingus, look, more buttercups!
Mimi?
Hello, buttercups.
Dingus is
Can we get some
immediately going to try and eat one of the echo buttercups, and it is indeed butter.
Oh, not this again.
Dingus
Remember they have those magic flowers that you could just keep pouring never-ending amounts of liquid
Yeah.
butter out of them.
So there's this horrendous sight, this pseudo dragon like sticking his snout into a buttercup and like just angling it down so it pours.
Mhm.
Little jaw movement showing that he's just lapping and drinking.
I'm gonna get some bread out of my bag. I got some bread. I'm gonna go get some butter out of this. This is so great.
People
I'm
that aren't
hungry.
Gifted and Dingus can just hear one of the unicorns sigh faintly.
I was so hungry.
Perhaps a small rest to sate your appetites is in order.
To be fair, we haven't really rested in probably several days.
Oh, it's been a long time.
I've lost track of time itself.
Oh, time's all over the
I have
place.
not.
We're not even there anymore.
How many days have we been going without sleeping, Telltale?
To be fair, those days haven't happened yet.
They've happened in our relative time.
Don't you
Whatever.
talk about relatives
I
with
have
me.
gone
I have so many.
roughly 10,003 years without sleeping.
The bigger problem is we've been jumping enough time, it's hard to tell even how much time has passed.
Yeah,
I'm tired.
but
Two-
you're always tired of me.
Two unicorns look at each other before one of them turns to look at you and goes, "If you wish for us to create refuge for you so that you may rest, we can do so."
I'm worried that we're on a timer though. I know, Corvus. I'm sorry, but we have
we
to,
are on a timer, and it's fine.
because we have to. I mean, do we just abort and then we just go back into the mortal realm and rest so that way we can get RG situated?
No, that's.
Would that be better? Because I mean, right now we're not in danger of anything bad happening to us, right?
But if we stay here for 8 hours or however long we all need to rest, then we don't know what time we're going to come out.
Yeah,
Unless
that's
the
why I was
unicorns can
saying
help in that
if we
matter.
want to rest, we should probably leave the Feywild. Do you want? I'm asking the group. Do you guys want to abort this for right now? Because I mean, I like to help Titania and Oberon, but if we want to abort it for now and get an actual rest, this is the time to do it.
We should find Titania and Oberon because if we find them, they can manipulate time for us.
That's
Do you have
self-serving.
Do you have a point on
What
that,
if this
Cass?
isn't?
What was that, Artie?
I said, what if this isn't?
I have no major need of rest yet.
We haven't needed rest. That's the problem. We've just been going, and we've been touched by God saying, "There you go. That's better."
I understand you're weary in the mind.
Yeah, it hasn't stopped.
Do you want to ride the unicorn? Would that help?
No.
I don't
Probably
think
not.
that would be... No.
I want to ride
I've
the
heard
unicorn.
that it is quite
Says
soothing.
Sadly.
The last time we saw a unicorn, it tackled an angel through a portal.
I
It was
know.
funny.
That's their job.
Zachiel
Yeah.
did not like that.
Are you an angel now, Corvus?
No, I am not. I am furthest
Isn't it
from
really
an
true that
angel.
angels lose all their powers when they come into the Feywild?
Wasn't that a merest lie?
No,
I
it's
don't-
quite true.
No, but that's the thing, is like, isn't it weird that like in the future, like Raziel and Dadriel can use all their powers in here, but like other angels can't?
The two unicorns look at each other in confusion.
Don't mind us. Don't mind us. Just
Don't
lead
time
on.
us.
Lead on.
Then
Lead on while
Sorry.
they're distracted.
this way, please.
Okay.
Yes.
Do you want a buttercup?
We're not giving.
No, thank you, little one.
Okay. You like apples?
I do like apples, yes.
I have an apple.
I don't want an apple, but thank you.
Oh,
Gifton starts munching on the apple.
Okay.
No, it's also an apple is like the size of one.
it
of
is
those
a full-size
giant
apple, so it's actually a
It's a
gift that
giant
has to
pumpkin.
stop.
pumpkin.
A monster.
She's just sitting there with this giant ass apple.
Okay.
Okay. We'll follow them.
Right. Now that you have been through a distraction, it goes a little smoother.
Mhm.
The unicorn's leading you around a bend to just more Feywild, although here you can tell that borderland nature, the somewhat more natural form of trees sort of intermingling amongst the strange Feywild growths. And one of the sort of unicorns looks around and goes, "I don't sense any powerful Fey in the vicinity beyond..." Their eyes shift to you a little bit, Gifton, and then to Dingus.
Yes, Dingus is very powerful.
You will likely find them within the mortal realm,
Okay.
around
In
here.
this- Around here, so we gotta find a.
How do we-
zone.
How do we go to where here is outside?
You walk.
Would you, by any chance, know whereabouts in the mortal realm this is?
Yes.
Mortal well.
Where?
This is the forest of Telephalon.
Alephalon. Okay. I'm sure that's completely safe. Thank you so much for the escort. Please tell Ilan that I really appreciate it and I love him very much.
Do you know which god's continent that would be on?
This is a godless land.
Oh, Barast!
Why do I have a sneaking suspicion of where we're going to end up?
The unicorns bow their heads to you, as if letting you depart from their
Give me
presence.
curtsy.
Thank you for your
Thank you,
assistance.
sacred ones.
Thanks for the help.
I'll leave apple offerings at Ilan Temple for you. Maybe you'll get them.
It is not necessary, but I appreciate your kind gesture.
Bye bye. I can't believe you made a castle.
Me.
You made a castle. You're a king.
think it's sort of flashing. I didn't make. Maybe I make.
So you made castle. That's what they said. You made castle.
I didn't make castle.
You made castle.
Uh-uh.
Well,
I am in castle. I can't make castles.
And you not make castle.
I can't make castle.
you've made a
Let's-
castle before.
All right,
Let's
so
walking forward.
got
We're going out of the
just a
Feywild.
walk. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
walking out.
At this point in time, you are all familiar enough with the strangery of the Feywild to not be fooled by the misdirecting nature of the Borderlands. You are able
The
to sit.
sign says go this way.
At one point, there is a box set up with a stick holding it up, a little bit of string going from it, going off into a bush.
Because this is only like her second time or whatever being guided through this, or somebody's got to have a hand on her shoulder to
And-
keep her forward.
Beneath that box,
Everybody else has done it like 8 times.
there is a plate of butter.
Dingus butter.
No.
Dingus is immediately
moving.
perking his head up,
Butter.
and
No.
Hit it.
I want-
Come on.
Captain,
Get the
we
butter.
have a buttercup.
I want.
Let's go.
I have. I'm sorry, butter. I really want you.
from a bush nearby the butter, you hear a "No, please come eat me."
Shut up.
The butter's
would
hurt.
we eat a
Feelings are gonna be
bush?
hurt if I don't go over there.
The bush is going to have the butter. The bush needs the butter. Let the bush have the butter.
Oh, okay.
The butter bush.
Cass
Butter
is actually
bush.
going to go trot over to the bush, reach
Cass!
in, and grab something and pull it out.
You want to reach into the bush,
It's a
Cass?
rabbit.
Yes,
Okay, Cass. Something has your arm.
I'm lifting.
You cannot.
I cannot.
Cass, what did you do?
I am yanking.
You cannot. There's giggling from within the bush.
Uh-huh. Right.
The box grows legs.
Is this?
It starts to rise up
Wow.
From
Look
beno-
how big the box is.
from the bottom of the box, from its interior. Start to drop these long, like, string thin tendrils that glow bioluminescently.
Right.
The box is going to start shambling over towards you on these stick-like legs.
I'm pulling wide load, setting to fire, and pointing.
You've only got one arm.
I'll one-shot this and blast whatever.
Okay, because you are trying to pull wide load and then set it using one arm, it's going to take you a couple of actions, Cass.
I'm gonna go running over there. Excuse me, box. Stop, please.
Strange enough, the box stops.
Nice box. Did you want something?
The tendrils start to extend towards Cassie.
Oh, she doesn't taste very good. Correct. Do you have something tasty?
For some point, I'm second. Gonna rummage in my bag and
But aren't your rations like really, really good?
yeah, I'm gonna pull out one of my rations. And
Some of those strings start to glide Carrick's way.
And you know
I'm
what?
gonna
I
move over
have.
and hold it out.
Gifton's going to go over to
and
Dingus.
wrap it.
Carvis, can you help me get this bottle out?
What's the bottle I'm for?
I'm pointing into Dingus's back. It's a really big bottle, and it's gonna come through this hole.
You
But-
unwrapped the ration, Carrick.
I do, yes.
I
Okay.
grabbed the bottle.
Strings curl around the ration and take it up.
Alright, give them this bottle. It is. Make sure you uncork it first. It's honey mead.
Could you please
Pulls
let
the
Cassie
cork.
go?
There's a moment where the ration's pulled up into that sort of boxy interior. It's just pause for a moment, and then Cass, your arm is released. And then the bush is retracted by the string it's attached to, sort of floating up into the air and up towards the box.
Put the box. Honey trap.
So
Alright, Harvest, give him the bottle.
I think it's satisfied with what I got, it sounds like.
I think we're fine.
No, but I wanted to give him the bottle too.
It's the bottle on the ground.
It's this bottle for you.
Some
It's
of the
got tasty drink.
some of those strings sort of dip down towards the bottle. They feel over it. One of them sort of dips in and then tugs back, and it just steps away from the bottle as
Oh,
if it
you
did
don't
not like
like
the taste.
You don't like the taste of that? Oh, okay. Carrot, can you have another ration?
Or
Yeah.
you're just gonna pull out another ration, offer it out.
No, if all of our
It will take that
our
ration,
encounters
and then it will just
Oh,
start
I know what I have. I have a candy stick. Let me make a candy stick out.
You hand the candy stick out, it touches
Yep.
the candy stick, and then pulls that tendril away.
Oh, you don't like that? Okay.
Doesn't like sugar.
Doesn't like sweet. Okay. Like savory.
If all of our encounters in the past could have been solved with Carrick's cooking.
It's taking both of Carrick's rations, and it's just going to start shambling away.
Bye bye. Nice to meet you.
So now we have learned. Let's avoid
Again.
butter and bushes.
Butter wasn't
get out of
dangerous.
The Feywild.
That plate of butter is left behind.
Oh, that's actually more concerning.
I want the butter.
No.
The butter closes over.
All right, let's go. Come on.
Okay. All right, you continue on your path.
Kristen's so sad. She wants that butter.
Okay, I was half right. I was expecting the.
Meanwhile,
the
Sam's
butter-
sitting here with hands covered in butter, eating buttered popcorn, going, "Well, it's like my life has been glimpsed into right now. I want the butter."
I wish I had popcorn.
I made popcorn with butter on it.
Yeah.
I have
Feywild, I do not want butter or popcorn.
I want
We're
butter.
leaving.
I like butter.
No, I picked up the bottle, by the way,
Oh.
Okay.
and I'm putting it back in Dingus's bag.
Okay.
Goodbye, residents of the Feywild.
Goodbye.
All right.
All day.
You continue along, and before long, there is that just feeling of natural environment.
My brain stops hurting.
Yeah, basically.
Oh.
You are in what looks like to be the sort of edging of a normal forest, and perception checks, everybody.
Oh no, a closer character sheet again. I'm a dumb butt. I
I
For
imagine
some
with
reason-
the little helpful symbiote, I was seeing every single color all at once.
actually it's probably really boring in there.
Okay.
Unless
My head hurts.
Everybody will hear.
Bye.
Everybody will hear sound coming from the distance. Sounds like conversation, maybe some laughter. However, those that rolled a 30 or above will also see what looks like to be tracks, just disturbances in the foliage and so on. You think maybe of some humanoid creatures and some other large animal. And you can tell by the breakage of twigs and so on, the scrapes against trees, which direction it was heading in, and it seems to be towards that noise.
We go this way.
You want to head that way?
Yep. Gibson's trying to hop between the steps, but she can't.
Follow behind and watch Gifton attempt this.
Dingus is going to grab the back of your outfit, Gifton, and just start lifting you between them.
Woo! I did it! You see me do it?
Yes.
I was going to ask if you guys want to be stealthy in your approach, but I don't think so.
That's
I think
impossible.
Yeah.
Added for us.
Okay. Right. As you approach, the sound of conversation and laughter grows louder. You can actually hear a feminine voice saying, "It's lovely that we found you out here. Out hunting. It's always fun to run into some strangers, share some meat, some food." And a more gruff voice, returning native. That's good company. Always makes the fire better.
Graham, is that you?
Silence.
Oh, that's not Scrim.
Did it sound like Goliath voices?
It had that tinge of that the sort of deepness they have, and
Were they what
and,
were they speaking?
that's exactly what I was about to say. It strikes you that you understood what they were saying, despite your language not existing at this point in time.
Box wibbly wobbly.
And you're having difficulty thinking about what you actually heard.
Heard. The one with all the languages is that.
Oh no, the one with the omni language skill is having trouble. That's not
I
good.
don't have omni language.
You kind
RG
of.
does.
No, RG does.
Yeah, RG does.
I have like 11.
That's still a lot.
Thinking on it actually it feels more like you understood meaning and intent and such more than you understood the words that were being said.
Words that were coming out of their mouths.
Mm-hmm. Now
You
there
really
is
went the
silence.
wrong way.
You are coming up to what looks like to be a sort of dip in the sort of open terrain here. It's rocky around here, some short grass, and you can sort of identify that natural nook in the ground that is good refuge in weather. You know, breaks the wind a bit. And there is sort of a bit of smoke wafting up from that area. No light now, however.
No, maybe they're not here. Hello?
We've approached from out of the woods. He's doing this in a whisper. We're approaching them out of the woods. Of course, they're going to be skittish now. And they probably heard us.
Oh.
You think?
Are you saying we should have been stealthier?
I
Probably, yeah.
would have probably advised that.
You don't sneak up on people. That means that you have ill intention.
Well,
What are we going to do to them if we sneak up on them? We're going to
There's a-
scare them. Hello?
Stepping up out of that little crack in the ground, holding a axe in one hand, looks like it is very sort of crudely made, metal but not particularly refined, as if like, you know, some barely treated ore was smelted into a shape. Is a Goliath. They sport this sort of long blonde hair that flows down past their shoulders. They're wearing some very, very crude leathers, and they tower quite large. Clearly Mal steps up onto this thing, points at axe at you and goes, "Identify."
Hello, my name's Gifton. This is Corvus, this is Cassiopeia, this is Zelda, this is RG, and that is Carrick, and this is Lord Dingus of the Bridge. Hi, we were looking for Lord Oberon and Lady Titania. We were told they were out this way. Have you seen them at all?
I do not know any lord or lady.
Oh, okay. We must be on the wrong path. Sorry.
who else?
Hold, friend.
Oh,
Go. Off to your left, stepping out of some of the bushes, is a tall woman. She's clad in leathers that somewhat more refined than the Goliath, although still like crude, primitive. You can see clear stitching and so on, compared to what you guys would feel as more modern leather. Gifton, immediately there is something you recognise. You have it on your back, although of a very different scale. She's holding a bow that looks just like yours. Only, you know,
Hey.
many, many times bigger.
Yep.
Does she look Goliath, or is she?
She
not?
doesn't quite look Goliath. She looks like some weird Goliath elven hybrid. Like she's bigger than most elves are. She's got a bit of bulk to her, musculature. You know, she looks fit, but she's not as large as a Goliath would be.
So she's a
Greetings.
Gilf. Oh God.
Fling.
Elfling.
No, not Gelfling.
And
Elfling.
she smiles at you all, still holding her bow, and seems to look past you and goes, "My dear, stop stalking. Come out."
Oh,
And to your right, merging seemingly from nowhere. Like, there wasn't cover there. Just stepping up, maybe from the ground, is the largest canine you've ever seen. It's not a wolf.
Whoa.
It's got sort of shaggy, curly, wiry fur, sort of grey, but it is big. And the eyes are far too intelligent. It watches you all warily as it stalks a semicircle around your group, approaching her.
I'm gonna look over at the Goliath. I'm sorry to have disturbed your camp.
He's looking at you all warily. Then he's looking at the pair that apparently he may have been talking to, with wariness as well. You know these people? No, we don't, but don't you worry your little mind about it. And she just smiles at over the Goliath, gives him a little flutter of her eyelashes, and the Goliath's eyes roll back, and he slumps to the ground.
Oh no, Buster fell down.
He'll be fine, just sleeping.
Oh no, I hope they're not sleeping in the same way the gifted puts things to sleep.
Oh no. Why is
It's a
it always
family
this come up?
trait.
Oh no.
Holding that
Get
bow.
sleep.
Let's take
Never be
more.
cruel. Never be cowardly.
Who are you?
I'm gonna look at her. I am a servant of yours from the far future.
Sounds like a joke.
It sounds like a really bad joke, but really, it's really honest. Because time works in a weird way, and we're Fae, and it goes funny. But you sent me to bring you these things for you and Lord Oberon.
She's giving you a sort of semi-amused look before she looks down at the wolfhound standing at her side and just goes, "Is this one of your games, dear? I thought we were supposed to be playing out these roles for quite a while. This seems like an entirely different path." And the wolfhound looks up at her, looks over at you, before its sort of shoulders heave, and there's a little, like, canine sigh that escapes it. And then a disconcerting sort of movement as it shifts and sort of falls into itself, becoming cloak. And say someone that bears a striking semblance to Lord Oberon stands there. No sort of wooden crown of horns or anything like that. Just a elven-looking gentleman, though quite large.
Gifton's gonna smile broadly. Yay, it is you!
Why do you interrupt our game with your nonsense?
I thought you liked nonsense.
I do, but not when it interrupts my
He
time
only-
with
he
my
only
dear
likes-
wife.
Yes, everything that interrupts him with her is usually a bad thing. I am giving you these bits of your crown, and then we will be on our way if you do not wish us to be here. I am Gifton. This is Lord Dingus of the Bridge. This is Cassiopeia, Corvus, Telde, RG, and Carrick. And Lady Echo. 'Cause I'm pretty sure Echo's here.
Yeah.
Yes.
She waves.
Yeah.
Echo has become the new Hadwin in the sense
Hadwin's still
There.
here. He's in my bag. I just haven't had time to fix him.
And Gifton's going to pull out the two pieces of the crown and hold them up.
Look at her. Yes, I can see it. And there's a little lizard as well. Yes, I can see it. You claim to be from the future?
Yes.
How far away are you?
10,000 years.
It looks like a sprite. It does.
I'm descended from sprites. Well, kind of.
She also reeks of the divine. Yes, she does.
I'm mortal too.
Is she one of ours, though? Test and see. They look at each other briefly before Lady Tanya strings her bow, knocking an arrow.
Gifton watches.
The arrow is drawn, and she seems to be aiming right at you, Gifton.
Corvus move a reactionary response.
Corvus, no.
Mm,
If my lady would strike me dead right now, then I would be struck dead.
Since you're dead right now, we're screwed.
This would not harm Faye.
You're the
Yeah,
power
but-
immortal, right?
she's kind of more of all things. She's a mixed bag of interesting heritages and
Gifton looked genuinely sad. You don't trust that I'm Fey enough?
I trust
What?
her.
I am slightly concerned for the others.
I will not be firing on the others, because I can quite clearly see what you are.
Not us.
Got kids in her.
they're not Fae.
Then I will aim high.
Yes, aim for my head.
I will
The-
defer to you then.
There is the barest movement of her bow, because Gifton's very small.
Come on, Corvus. Think
I was just
about
saying
it.
to be
There's
soft.
nothing going on up in my noggin anyway.
No.
Don't worry, it's a sleep arrow.
There is a twang.
Mm,
Is everyone letting it go?
Eric is.
I'm letting it go.
Yeah.
Corvus? Corvus? I need an answer.
no, he's not.
He's not?
Nope.
Alright, what are you doing?
Temporal shunt.
Oh,
Was
fuck!
that okay?
The Fey lady?
I'm counterspelling it.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. Alright. Carrick counterspells Corvus's temporal shunt. The arrow, inches from Gifton, seems to hit something, dissipating and erupting into a cloud of petals, which do flutter around you, Gifton. One of them sort of going into your face, you know. Fey indeed. Not like the watchers that have been assigned to us as of late.
Watchers?
The unicorns.
Interesting.
Oh, they're really nice. I like the unicorns.
They're an
They're
annoyance. Come, join us. And she's going to start heading over to that little dip in the ground.
Okay, I'll follow.
I'm not entirely convinced the unicorns are not your ancestors, Cassie.
They aren't. They aren't.
No, she isn't very goatly. They
I do
kinda
want to
have
hear
more
of her
goatly, like-
ancestors. She's a curious creature.
She has a story she can tell about
Yeah.
that.
I have multiple stories I can tell about that, and we don't know the truth behind any of them.
And as she heads into that dip, she's actually just gently reaching down and just hiking that Goliath up onto her shoulder, carrying him with ease. And with a sort of snap of her fingers, the campfire down there relights. She lays the Goliath down on what looks like to be a primitive sort of bedroll, and gestures you all to take a seat on the ground around the campfire as she settles down. Her companion settling down beside her.
Argyle sip.
Eric, where else is it?
You say you have brought parts of our crowns.
Yes. You broke off part of your crown and gave it to me, each of you. You hoped that you could prevent something terrible that happened.
She looks at her companion with amusement and goes, apparently we wear crowns in the future.
Yeah, you have big antlery crowns that go like that around your head.
Mm. And you like running
And
around
he
as a
wears
stag.
the fanciest of panties. I've seen them.
His eyes look at you quizzically. I don't know this word.
Oh, no, you
Um,
do.
undergarments.
Gifted accidentally creates so many
Uh,
things.
She's
Gifted the
created
accidental
the
creator of lingerie.
lingerie, Oberon's castle.
You are not Fae, but you have the hint of it about you. Oberon says, looking at you, Cassie.
Yeah, because a Fey Lord decided that he
I thought
thought
it was
that
two Lords, wasn't it? Two
Yeah.
Lords and a bottle of whiskey.
I wasn't going to tell that. I was going to give the
Oh.
story that we're taught.
Okay.
But yeah, there was a Fey Lord who decided to either reward or punish my ancestors and thought they looked either gallant upon their steeds or it would look funnier if they were their steeds.
Short story.
Well,
That was a
there was-
Hedosian origin, isn't it?
yes, and apparently we were elves.
Oh.
Merging the
don't
elves
know
with
what we-
horses. It's funny.
Yeah, and it shortened our lives considerably.
It did? Oh.
Yeah, I part elf, don't have elf lifespan.
Oh.
Closer to that of human.
Well,
I mean, it's a...
Long particular.
how is the future?
complicated.
It's so
Very.
bright, we gotta wear shades.
In the future, we brought Titania back. We purified the body of Lalasil. The
What do you
power
mean
started to
you
appear,
brought me
and
back?
then we released Hea from the cage that the
Spoilers.
gods had her in.
You brought me
and-
back.
Yes, you died,
I've
and then
died
you
quite a
didn't
few
come
times.
back, but you didn't come back.
I don't know if
And
it counts as spoilers.
you were gone for a very, very, very,
Not much
very
longer,
long
anyway.
time, and everyone was very, very, very sad. And then a bunch of us Fae all got together that were cast outs, and we brought you back for Lord Oberon. And I swear 9 times to Lord Oberon that I would bring you back. And he said if I did, then he would be in my debt, but we'd be cool friends forever.
Oberon's
and then we
eyes
were.
have actually narrowed a little bit.
And then
You swore 9 times.
yes, I swore 9 times.
Why would you do that?
Because it's a super swear. Because it's 3 times for a regular swear. It's 6 times for a really big swear.
They
9 times for
have
the super swear.
both suddenly locked eyes on you intently. Titania actually looks a little worried. Oberon looks like he might be pondering whether he needs to kill you.
Um,
So a lot more
But-
so probably makes sense if you take the crown bits.
They probably are being wary of it because I could be doing something to them. And I just understand that. They don't have any reason to trust me.
Why is a thrice promise important to you?
That's what I was raised on. Aren't thrice promises important?
Oberon looks to Titania.
My people were cast out of the Fae a long time ago when Titania died. Lord Oberon, in his anger, ripped all the wings off all the sprites that served Titania, and we lived mortal lives. And I only remember the bits that I've been told by my grandma and my grandpas and stuff. That they
Titania's
passed
actually
down.
looking at Oberon, and you can see her frown and goes, "It's garish even for you." I haven't done that.
No, you haven't done it yet, so you won't do it, right? And then they'll all be okay.
Do you come from our courts? The whole thrice promise is only just starting to really take off amongst them.
No, I come from Tarnstead. I came from there. Because
if the thrice promises are just getting started, then it bears merit that we are from the future.
Yeah,
where
it becomes
it's
a big
well
deal.
established.
Or it bears merit that gossip is getting about faster than we expected.
Yes. I mean, for all they know, I could be working from some nefarious courtly means, and I mean to do something to subvert them. So I understand them not trusting me.
It is a fun tale, though. I will give you that.
Mm-hmm.
However,
You once took off her arm.
It got
Thank you
better
for
though.
reminding me of that.
oh, which one?
No, my arms stay where they are.
And they really do.
Oberon
They tend to
broke
move about quite a
into-
lot.
The vault in the Feywild. It's a really big building thing that's kind of in an area where all the wisps run around, and you broke into it, or it was broken up a bit, and you got some stuff. And you don't like they don't like the things in there because they talk weird and they don't call you your name properly.
Oh, they do have a lot of knowledge of us.
You may have also created a castle for them.
Also, I have your bow, and Augustin's gonna walk over and hold out the bow.
Tanya squints. May I?
Yep.
He's gonna very gingerly with a couple of fingers, take the bow from you.
Tiny row.
I'm sure it goes
Yeah.
back to full size when she takes it.
It does not. She's holding it up
You.
and sort of turning it around, looking at it and going, "This is mine." And she's sort of like, grabbing her own bow, holding it in one hand.
Never be cruel, never be cowardly, never give up, never get in. Laugh hard, run fast, be kind. Who I am is where I stand, and where I stand is where I fall.
Well, I believe them. And she's handing your bow back to you.
Hey, my bow.
Yes, you believe any mortal that walks in with a sad story, or an exciting one, or no story, handsome face, pretty face. And she just smiles a bit at Oberon.
Yeah, she's a softie. But that's why you love her, because she's amazing.
So why are you here?
I told you, I'm here to give you your crown bits, so that
But
way the
w-
bad thing won't happen.
Do you mean why we are here at this time? Like, instead of our time?
We're
Yes.
trying to prevent a lot of bad things from happening, because in the future, the gods misunderstand what's going on, and they punish Hea like they did other times of hurt people, and they bury her in the ground here on the land of Laril. Deep in the ground, and then she suffers for a long time, and then during that time the Fae are hurt very badly, because no one looks out for the Fae other than Ilan, and Morgani says that the Fae are really bad and that you can't listen to their lies and that they're all bad people, and so all the people on her land start to hurt our
There's suddenly
people.
a look of fury on Oberon's face.
And then Morgani goes crazy, like something's wrong with her, and then she starts killing her own people, and then the dragons start killing everybody, and then they start going around the world, and they just it gets really bad. And then she killed Hevos, and we wanted to come back to stop her from going crazy because all the bad things happened, and we don't know why they happened. So we came back to do that because I don't want Lord Morris to suffer, and I don't want anyone to be in pain. And I know it just sounds like another sad story, but our life has been a sad story. I want to be better.
That foul dragon brings some truth to your story. I can easily see her being like that. Tanya's sort of reaching out to touch Oberon's arm and she's going, "Dear, not her fault. Thank you for your forewarning. We shall take all due measure to protect ourselves."
Will you take your crown bits, please?
I'll take mine.
I'll swear that that's safe. I could do a geese. I'll swear on my life.
Oh, a geese.
Oh, okay.
It's actually guys. Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not good at words.
That's not what he's laughing anyway.
No. Gifton's assuming that's why we're laughing now.
I'm just laughing at homonyms.
How do I know that you're not yet another of her machinations?
Ooh.
Oh no, actually, you wouldn't let someone be so disparaging. Multifaceted dragon, the ever so colourful one. Please forgive him. He has taken a dislike to Morgani.
I think we all have.
I'm trying to understand why she's crazy so we can stop the crazy, so maybe she won't hurt so many people because she's kind of a bitch.
Yep.
If I may ask, what has happened recently that has caused you to dislike her more?
Oberon frowns, and Lady Titania goes, "Oh, no such thing happened."
It's not something happening. There's not something happening right now.
So in the future,
And if one such thing were to happen at any point, we would tell you, because we would want to, and nothing would stop us.
I understand. So if I were to tell you at some point in the future, I'm not even rolling. I'm reading subtext.
Yep, anyone can go with their subtext. Carrick, you want a natural answer? With your fully free?
Guessing, yeah.
He's stressing that way too severely.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
You knew that we were coming back here and that we would change things and that we would find a way. We're gonna find a way.
He looks to Titania. She looks at him.
She looked at her. She looked at him.
I was waiting for that.
And then his eyes fall back to you, Gifton, just sort of searching, like a persuasion check.
I will precariously already use one of my inspirations because I might as well burn the standard because I know I'm gonna need it. So I will grab it out of the bin.
I believe
it was
in you.
It was a good standard too. That's sad. All right, so gaining advantage.
Okay.
I also choose to take the dash action.
Okay.
Just so you know, because I can.
Come on.
I'm gonna try and persuade you and run.
Gifton, use double speed.
I have double speed. All right, I'm gonna do that. All right,
Go
30.
10.
Okay. He just reaches out an arm, hand unfurling, as if waiting for something to be put in it.
I will offer him the crown piece.
Okay, he will take it.
My wise lord choosing to take it before the lady, so that way he can make sure it's safe.
He always just ends up doing things first, never lasts. And she holds out her hand to you as well.
I never have that problem with mine.
What, you're giving her a crown piece?
Yeah, I'm giving her a crown piece.
Right. They both take theirs. Nothing seems to instantly happen. No, like, instantaneous effects like you saw in the gods.
Was it supposed to? What was the reason for giving them this,
Memories.
Gifton?
I wanted
Just the
their memories.
memories?
Yeah, it's their memories.
Oh, okay. Just out of character curiosity.
They both seem to, like, inspect them briefly. For, Oberon shrugs. Crown it is. And, Oberon's form starts to shift. You see the sort of wooden antlers starting to grow from his head as he holds this piece up and lets it sort of meld in with it. Titania doing the same. And after a few moments, the crown's not exactly as they appeared in your time, but similar that structures there are finished forming. Both of them, their eyes closed. And then just a
better now.
gentle smile crosses Titania's face. Quite. And she opens her eyes and looks to Oberon. And as Oberon opens his eyes, it's a little sad to see. He was full of life as you were talking to him there. Now there is that familiar sadness. And, but she smiles at him and goes, remember this trip? He travelled with Sky for a while. Battled him to near madness. Convinced him that, no, the hound couldn't be talking. What are you talking about? And Oberon just lets out a soft chuckle. And then Titania looks a little embarrassed as she looks at the rest of you and goes, we didn't do anything too particularly cruel beyond that. We sent him on his way with some good things.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Mm-hmm.
funny.
I'm sure he remained a legend among his people.
He did. He did. He was one of the first warlords.
Oh, that's gonna be exciting.
I hate to ask a favor of my dear lord and lady. Are we on the continent that I grew up on, or are we somewhere else?
No, we're there. Yes.
Okay.
Carrick. Goliaths do have a history of Squirtle Wolf Talker. One of the first Goliath warlords to unite tribes.
That one I would like typed up, please.
Oh,
At least the first name.
Here you go.
I
I want to say
Oh,
SK.
we'll talk.
Oh, I almost had it.
Nice. We have brought Scrim Hayes and his tribe here. They are in the blistery mountain area with blizzard. Somewhere. I don't know. We kind of dropped them. Hope they're okay.
We don't know where they are.
You could have taken them
Yeah.
somewhere nicer.
No,
Wasn't our choice.
we kind of came through the magic traveling tree box, and that's where we were. Do you know which way it is to the Eye of Morgani on this continent?
Yes, if you travel east a few days, you'll start to see the mountain range.
All right.
Or
Don't suppose
we could get
have
you
a
there
cheaper
faster. Yes,
method.
of course, dear.
Also, I hate to ask this, but the remains of Lolasil. I need to get to them. Do I go down the pit with the reverse waterfalls?
We don't know of any pit.
Probably is covered still at this point.
No, to the Southlands in Barras. Remember, there's the place with the reverse where they buried Hea. Is that not there?
It may not be a pit yet.
Tanya closes her eyes. There is no tale of any pit that would be common amongst the Goliath tribes that we would have heard of.
I will need to get help from a god then. We need to get RG to the top of that hill for nightfall tonight. Or that mountain, whatever that thing is.
An unrelated query.
Yes.
You have all experienced pacts that restrict your speech or your actions at times before, yes?
Yes, we have seen horrible things happen to people trying to talk around that. It's a shame if somebody I knew was under that. I would really want to help them, but I understand that they couldn't tell me what happened.
Indeed.
So they'd have to work around somehow.
Of course.
But
that's all endeavouring to help would be appreciated by any party afflicted by such a thing, I think.
Okay, come here.
No, you come here, Oberon says, sort of looking at you, Corvus.
Corvus stands up.
What was it, Carrick?
Because we've done this before. What was the actual spell breaking it before?
Greater Restoration.
Remove curse, greater restoration, or wish. Remove
Okay.
them.
I don't have access to those right now, so.
So, going to cast a spell on you. Don't turn me into a frog.
You got a bunch of diamond dust for that?
Yes, I do.
Or do
Frog
afterwards.
is out of the question. A newt, however.
I figured I'd ask because it does take a lot of dust.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. I got one more use of it.
Oh, so you can
Depending
do one of them.
depending what kind of spell work you're wishing to perform on me, Oberon says, staring at you, Corvus. You should be prepared to deal with things that may be beyond mundane means. Of course, us Fae, and even the Define, are of great power.
Yeah, Corvus, let me ask you something. What could you
Mhm.
possibly cast on Lord Oberon of the Fae that he could not have cast on himself?
I mean, if it's stopping him from casting it on himself, then a lot of things.
Maybe.
Because I'm pretty sure if someone's going to put that sort of thing, wouldn't you figure, hey, I want to make it so you can't just remove this from yourself?
I don't know how those spells work.
I don't either. I'm taking guesses in the dark. I'm not a magic user.
I'm gonna try rolling arcane to figure this out, as this is being discussed.
Okay. What exactly are you trying to figure out?
As we discussed, we've encountered a spell like this before
Mhm.
with could it be set up to do what RG's saying, where they can't just remove it from themselves? I know it's
Potentially.
very limited, so.
Lord Oberon, how long has this particular annoyance been troubling you?
There's no annoyance troubling me.
They can't acknowledge it.
Right.
So,
I can't.
but they can acknowledge it because that would be a problem. So.
Alright, I'm just gonna do it.
Indeed, sometimes it's even hard to tell tales that hit a bit too close to home.
Yep.
But
Corvus,
perhaps an entirely unrelated tale.
Takes off his glove, rolls up his sleeve a bit.
Would you like to share a campfire story? You can
Yes.
start if you so
I will
please.
be. Okay. You wanted to hear. Well, now you know the legend, and I apologize. I was having a hard time thinking of back to the legends.
I think.
Do you want to hear them from my side?
I think Cassie, my sweetness, they are trying to do something very important by giving us a story.
A complete
And again, if you
fabrication
wanna tell
that has
story.
no relevance to anything. Just a fun
Then-
campfire
Of course not.
story.
We are going to hear a fun little lie, right?
Indeed.
I was trying to be friendly.
I appreciate
Chorus just stands there.
I
Please.
did enjoy taking your arm.
Please.
that.
Oh, fuck you.
Lord Oberon,
Oh,
please
if you
continue.
want.
Hell no. Who knows where your bits have been?
Hey, do not
Well-
insult my Faylord.
And wife, eventually.
Oh, she's a lovely person. Him? I think we're back
But-
on for the. Never mind.
Hmm.
I'll go grump over here.
Let's see. Let's make this a story about centaurs.
All right, let's talk about centaurs.
Baby.
There was once a brave centaur who travelled with a dear companion. Perhaps a half dragon.
Sprinkling diamond
A
dust
kobold.
around Oberon's head.
That's very glittery, very cute. Yes, a
Part of the
centaur
component.
and a kobold. Two entities, although you could say one was really to itself. They travelled wide and far, seeking out stories of their own, wanting to use them to enact their own grand plans. They wanted to have a child, you see. But they planned to name the child after a dear relative of the kobolds. The centaur had known this person a long time ago, in a previous life, and of course, to hear that name spoken again, assigned to somebody, would fill them with great joy. But to do this, they had to move softly, quietly. There were so many that didn't desire for this child to happen. Unfortunately, It was not an easy thing for them to do. The stories that they found were broken and muddled, some incorrect, some misleading. And in the end, no fruit was born. Life could not be given. And the kobold blamed the centaur. You didn't read the stories right. You didn't listen properly. And then, as the acts they had done rattled the kobold, that changed to, you didn't want it to happen. You stopped it from happening. The centaur desperately wanted to get the kobold help, but alas, in their quest, they had all agreed to keep this between them.
Bitch.
It's not the best story I've ever told, but I hope you enjoy it and its meaning.
I do, and I'm
Corners
very.
Casa's greater restoration.
There is no effect.
All you're going to do is piss off Morgani doing that.
Is she not the goddess of magic?
And secrets.
I mean, fair, not to complete the intercut, but she's already pissed off anyways.
All right. Well, I have a good idea what needs to happen now.
That didn't work. Congratulations.
Cassie, do you want to tell your centaur story?
Please do.
Okay. Well, do you want to know the positive side of our creation or the negative side of our creation?
Oh, please do tell me how the centaur is a combination of two.
Well,
Just stress that in your stories, please.
Yes.
Very graphic detail.
I understand how the centaur is a combination of two.
Wouldn't it be fun to be a centaur together? He says, just looking at Titania, who just laughs and goes, that'd be quaint.
Hmm.
They
I don't
actually
know.
just
You both have a really fine butt. I don't know which one of you gets to be the horse.
Oh, he's definitely more of an ass than me.
But I would hate to think that somebody going through a lot of grief would be upset with a centaur that was just trying to help.
Oh, yes, but who knows what malady may have affected the kobold to make her act so as well.
Yes, but clearly the kobold needs help for their malady that they probably brought onto themselves
Indeed.
by trying to do something that other people didn't want them to do because they were too busy making Hea look stupid and make Hea and also make other things happen because some of them are crazy in a different way.
I get what you're. Oh.
What I'm saying
Everyone's
is,
just giving you a look, Corvus, of really.
Hey,
let me tell you a story.
I like hammer and nail.
There is a
discussion.
kindly foot doctor,
Oh,
and his
don't even
dear
start.
and
Go on.
no, it's all right.
No, go on, please. I'm just gonna sit over here.
There was a kindly foot doctor who loved the people in his village very much, and there was a very foolish little girl who got hurt because she did something that would make everybody mad because she thought it was the right thing to do, and she died. And he was so upset, and he traveled the world trying to find a way to fix what happened because he felt like he was so smart and he knew so many things and he could help so many people that he could fix it. And so he found two people that took pity on him for what happened and also thought that the girl wasn't that bad and wanted her back too. And then the two of them tried to help the doctor. And then when the doctor tested things and did things to himself and others to try and make that little girl come back to life, but it was never that little girl again. He blamed them. They poisoned it. They poisoned it with their magic and their lies. They were misleading the whole time so they could steal his research. They never wanted to help him in the first place because he was driven mad by his obsession. And in the end, the little girl stayed dead and everyone was sad. And that's the story.
Titania looks to everyone and goes, oh, she's a much better storyteller than you. And he just nods and goes, yes, it really touches me here. Somehow hits close to home.
So it occurs to me that somebody might know of a magic tree that mentioned at some point that it knew about certain timelines where Morgani was ill and people fixed it. And we never really asked how they did it. And we might want to do that. Sorry, that's a weird part of the story. We've diverged very suddenly about the foot doctor.
Sound very good idea to check.
Yes, I have no idea what you're talking about, but yes, I'm sure that your traveling companion could tell you some very good stories indeed.
Yeah. You know, the Tarnstead Travelers, everybody.
Grumble.
I so dislike that name. Still.
It's very true, though. But we still need to play nice with the great dragon goddess. So I apologize if we can't stay for too many more stories. But Cassie, you should definitely tell yours.
Mine has no hidden meanings.
Oh, sweetie.
I'm sorry.
With practice. But I think I did a pretty good job of telling that story about the foot doctor. You know, a kind, obsessive, smart mind.
Yes, a very, very good story indeed. Cassie.
Huh?
You'll have to come up with a new story now. You're the first of your kind, my dear.
You gotta make it a good story.
Well, there's technically two of us, but
What another one?
Oh, yeah, Millie's here. Oh, yeah, Millie. You should take Millie around in Zaha. It'd be really nice.
Well, I'm
Millie
sure
the beta.
Haya could make that work between you. Or you could let our gentle touch assist.
I'm not leaving her back here in this time period. She'd kill me if she could. She'd find a way to. She's already upset her store isn't open.
Why did you take
20
her?
minutes past due.
No, we're
I
way.
I can't believe
ahead
you
of
told her
our-
you were going to only be 20 minutes.
I thought it was only going to be 20 minutes. We're going to go back, do things, and then we're going to go forward, and it'll all be fixed. But
I mean, that is correct. It is the 20 minutes has not even come into effect yet.
That 20 minutes does not
No.
exist.
that 20 minutes is like thousands upon thousands of years in the future.
I'm going to tell Dadriel you guys are okay.
Lady Titania and
It's two of him now.
Lord O'Brien, I would like
I mean,
to,
there
thank
can
you.
be two of them. If it's okay if I revive him again. Also, we have 2 tell days. We just don't know where the other one is.
Probably around the.
I
corner.
have an idea.
I was gonna say, Telday probably knows roughly where, at least what.
Oh, you're probably roaming around the Tulian Empire right now, right? It's only been 10 years.
There's only no reason for him to have left that colony yet.
I am most likely eating.
How
That's
long did you spend just eating?
So should we call one of them Daddy and one of them Poppy?
Do tell me how that goes.
I have a feeling that I'm going to be in a bad place when this is all over.
I mean, where is Dadriel currently?
He is in the Temple of Lost Causes.
The Heian Temple.
No. Oh yeah. No, he's hiding in the box in the Heian Temple on the Tulia city.
You can't
one.
leave them all there.
I know, but we kind of were shunted around. We had a little bit of an incident with Morgani where she might have felt a little slighted, and she stomped off in an anger, and we were trying to buy time for nightfall because it was like noon, and we were trying to get the idea of maybe we'd spend some time doing something. And I was like, hey, let's go see my 2 favorite fae. And then we end up over here. So we're still just kind of buying time because RG's got to make a big climb to a top of a hill to spout some secret at Morgani. I hope you've got a good one. Like a really dark one is really good. Like she feels like the vibe of somebody who wants something awful that you like barely admit to yourself and you'd never say to anybody else. Like how deep down inside.
Indeed. Tell us how good your secret is so that we might check that it's a good one.
Like it's like gotta be one of those secrets, like how like you spent that one night refusing to tell Corvus about how you could see that bit of greens from his food stuck in his teeth, and you just never said anything because you kept hoping that he'd notice, but then he never noticed, and then you just started feeling worse and worse and worse and worse and worse about it.
What do you think is dark, Gifton?
We haven't been able to. When was the last time I was able to see through a mirror? Remember, I can't.
Weeks went
I mean,
by.
you can now.
Well, it is dusk currently. Would you like a help up the mountain?
I'd appreciate it.
It would be very.
Should we
appreciated.
go? I know as Fey Lord and Fey Lady, you have no real involvement with Morgani in any way, but would you in fact think it's a good idea for all of us to go with her, or should we let her go alone?
If a secret were to be shared to Morgani in some form of penance, it should be hers alone. Out of earshot would be enough.
Yeah,
Right.
we can still be. Well, some of us can read lips, I think, right?
Yeah, we have to make sure we don't.
Nope.
We absolutely don't.
I think one of the main
read
people who read
lips.
lips is me.
Oh, it was you. Okay, I thought it was Carrick.
You didn't
I
have
can
to.
read lips.
I do not
Yeah?
have that feat.
Okay.
That's rude.
Yeah.
But Morgani will know if a secret is further than between her and you.
Well,
I'm
we
pretty
shall
sure
not
nobody
look-
else knows the one I've got in mind.
So we should make sure everyone is looking away and also out of earshot,
Yes.
or even possibly be down the mountain some.
Next town over.
Well, also,
Would
you can always pray in your head. Have you ever done that? Sometimes I do that, but sometimes I talk out loud when I don't mean to, so I'm not 100% at it.
Well, we can take you to the forest at the mountain foot if you so want.
That would be really wonderful. And then you can get back to doing the wolf thing with this guy, because that looks really fun.
Quick question on this. We've actually never been
You
to
make
any
a cute
place
puppy.
that was an Eye of Morgani. What is it like a series of stones? Is it
Right
It is
now,
the top of
it's
a
nothing.
building?
It is the top of a mountain.
It's the top of a mountain. And you just have to see the constellation, is that correct?
It is the closest point to that constellation, the highest peak on this continent.
Ah, that makes sense.
It was the place I meant to go. Well, in the future at this point.
How
But
close
and
is
everything.
it to your grandmother's place? Was it close?
It wasn't.
Not close.
No.
No, it's way more south.
Okay.
She definitely did not want, especially at the point we know her. She definitely didn't want
I'm
anything.
guessing
Yeah.
I'll be a big dragon and carry me all the way up top. Oh, also, I accidentally, well, not at me, but Dingus accidentally made your castle in the Feywild. So, whoops.
This way.
Well-
maybe a
Oh, that's where that
confused-
came from.
Is that maybe a confused satyr that's
Why was
been
he
picking
visualizing
berries?
my castle?
Because we were going there.
Well then, thank you for the extra castle, Lord Dingus. I shall go gaze upon it until it naturally dissipates as you forget of it.
Extra castle.
Is that how that works?
And
Dingus is
sure
like,
as
what castle?
I'm sure as he comes
don't
into
know."
his power more, he will learn how to fix things. But right now, I don't imagine it'll be permanent.
All right. Well, I'm gonna give them both a hug. It's like the ankle high hug, but it's a hug.
They embrace you tightly in return and go, well, at any point you need us, you just call on us.
Of course.
You don't have 100 gold of diamond dust, do you?
Nothing that would last materially, no.
Yeah, I figured.
Again, thank you to both of you for assisting us
Mm-hmm.
I
and for the story.
really wish that we could have given you more than just a story, but alas.
It's a shame that you could only give us a flight of fancy and nothing incredible.
Indeed. But I hope you remember it.
I will remember it, just like I will remember the foot doctor. And
Maybe-
how kind he is.
Tell it to some grand friends of yours.
Yeah. If I have any. 50 eyes. Smile.
Oberon is going to start just touching a spot of grass here, and he seems just to be easing this sort of growth of, thorny, what do you call it? Thin,
Shrubbery.
tendril, shrubbery, rooting. There we go.
Rooting.
Stem, that's the word I'm looking for. This sort of thorny stem to grow out of it. And he's just gradually guiding it along up into a large arch and then over and back into the ground. And then he just pricks his finger on a thorn and flicks the drop of blood into the opening way. And suddenly there is a sort of glimmering portal there.
Bye-bye. I'll miss you.
Have fun climbing the mountain.
I'm going to fly up it.
Yes, do be careful, Titania says.
Yeah, careful. My middle name. It's not my middle name.
I don't think it's any part of your name.
Then she sort of hooks arms with Oberon and goes, come on, let's go look at the forest. They haven't been this wild for a long time. You can woof me. And as they start wandering off together, you just hear him go woof woof as they head off on their little play.
Relationship.
Oh
She's
no,
got a
they're
dumb smile on her
sleeping.
face walking through the portal. Aw, love.
I hope
How's
they
your
come
walk
back for that Goliath.
Yeah, he's
They seem to be leaving him behind. Yeah.
Yeah, he's fine. Oh, we're through the portal?
Yeah, you step through the portal and you emerge from a very similar archway. Immediately, there is a massive mountain before you. You're at the foot of this sheer climb of rock. It's a lot colder here as well than it was where you just were.
Oh, cool. Oh, nothing to be done about it other than to go up. All right, Dingy. Big boy.
So
Me.
I'm just gonna look at it for a second, stretch legs, kind of test the foot against it, and then just start running straight up it.
Okay. RG, you can do that with no problem. However, the way these rocks dip and turn and so on, there isn't really a straight up. Mountains are really big. This will take you fucking
Days.
ages.
Oh,
This is not like running up just a wall to the top of a building.
so we're like at the bottom
Yep.
of the.
Yeah, we're at the base.
Are we at base camp of Mount Everest? Or are
If I
we
recall,
down
base
at the
camp is
visitor
further.
center?
Yeah, you're at the visitor
Yeah.
center.
Oh, okay.
You are where there is still growth and trees and so on.
That's a long way.
Yes,
Yeah,
it is a
it's quite
long
but
way.
It's a longer way up.
Okay, if it looked like it was that far, then RG would just looking on. I'm just gonna stay there for a second because she doesn't have natural flight.
Yes, get big.
Flight methods.
Dingus gets big.
Alright,
Are
guess
we
I'm
all
gonna.
gonna climb up on Dingus?
I guess it's gonna.
You got
flutter up
you got
and
another
land on
dragon.
Dingus's head.
Carrick shifts into dragon form.
Oh, right. There's two of
Okay,
them now.
Heave yourself onto Carrick's back.
Alright.
And grab all two powder up.
Everyone
Okay,
getting up on Carrick and or Dingus.
Yeah.
I
I can turn
guess.
somebody else into a dragon, but it'll only last for an hour. Or I can make it
question.
permanent. Do you want to be a permanent dragon?
Yes.
Might be
Yeah.
easier to just ask the question.
How are we going to secure Cass onto a back of a dragon?
I
They have
have
Shoe on her.
hands.
hands.
Why doesn't characters carry you?
And their claws.
All right, that's not terrifying.
I mean, you're holding on to the back where there's nothing there.
I'm holding onto a spine. I feel a little secure.
I hope you're not holding on to the spine.
This is pretty low.
Is everybody riding Carrick but me? You guys don't trust Dingus at all.
All right, Dingus. I'm just not sure how much room there is.
You know, that kind of becomes counterproductive.
Dragon on dragon. Here we go.
No, I'd be going back into regular
This is
character form.
not how you make centaurs.
So this is how a half dragon makes. Do half dragon.
Dingus won't drop me, right, Dingus?
Me.
Yeah.
No, your voice.
Actually, Dingus has a saddle, I'll point out.
Dingus immediately drops everything.
I will point out for the people who want to ride,
Yep.
Dingus has a saddle.
I will definitely ride Dingus.
Okay, so Telday and Gifton on Dingus. Cassie, you willing to carry her?
It's either that or Dingus, and I trust Carrick.
Coward.
Dingus won't forget he's carrying you.
Oh no, you've got it.
I got a scratch.
Right.
Dingus will be like, feeling
I'm
hungry.
sorry, I do not want to have a repeat of Lewin.
You are all
He's carrying, but he might get tired of
able
carrying
to mount up on one of the two respective drakes, and then they can take to the air. It's no real challenge. Flying up is tiring, but you're both mighty creatures. You got plenty of stamina to make it. There is a reason why dragons actually typically dwell on mountains. They can do this. They fly upwards. The air does get a lot chiller for people riding.
Cold. I give my boots of cold stuff away.
Don't you have the cold weather?
I gave them to that lizard child that I
the
adopted.
clothing.
The
Didn't you make
clothing,
yourself
the-
a set of?
I'm wearing my Zaha clothes.
Change.
Don't you?
Oh,
have it in
but I
the-
look really cute showing my midriff.
And you're freezing. you know.
Fine, I'll change into my other clothes.
Like
I'm fairly sure
Absolutely.
that your husband would back me up and that you are looking very cute in this outfit as well.
Thank you, Tilde.
Roll for
You don't look pregnant at all. You don't look like you've had a bunch of children, said Tilde.
And before long, the peak comes into view. You actually do have to sort of break through a very thin layer of moisture and so on, which isn't particularly pleasant. But there is the peak. It does actually flatten out on the top, strangely enough. Do dragons want to try landing directly on it? It will be a little bit of a squeeze.
I'm gonna let Dingus land first.
Dingus will land. If Telday Gifton get off of him, he will then revert to his smaller form.
The snow is really thick here, Dingus.
Yeah, there is crunching underfoot.
Gonna pat Dingus. Thank you for the ride.
Come down to landing. Put Cass down.
Blowing
And
snow
land.
everywhere as he hovers.
Yep.
Ah!
The entire time, all we hear is whoop, 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 whoop.
It's a Black Hawk helicopter.
Let's Cass
How did
go.
that
She slips and just starts
Starts
falling
sliding
off the
down the mountain.
Right.
Don't fall off the mountain. You hit it many times.
Yeah,
Use
Just
your
for the-
hooves like skis.
yeah.
It's a fucking ski.
It is a little perilous towards the edging here because it starts to become hard to tell what is snow against firm rock and what is very loose.
Snow that is dangling.
So I imagine you keep somewhat center huddled. It does strike you all that privacy would be tricky here.
We can go down to the next ledge or something.
I can climb down with some people.
I mean, I can see the next ledge over there. I can maybe just port us all over there.
What time is it?
It is starting to get dark. You can see stars in the sky at this point. However, actually, I'd need perception checks for those that want to look for the Eye of Morgani.
I don't know what to look for. I've
If
never
you,
seen it because it's never there.
if you,
Yeah.
yeah,
Carrick's the one who should know it the most. I'd honestly say he should have advantage because of the bullshit.
yeah,
he's
I'll
gone
let Carrick have
through.
advantage.
Yeah, roll again. Nope. Oh, actually, no, that's better. Never mind.
Well, maybe.
It's still the worst roll.
I don't know where it is. I'm choosing not to roll because I never paid attention.
It's in the sky.
Oh, actually,
Jeez.
no, I did. I looked through the telescope. I'll look. Fuck.
Wow. Okay.
The one time my perception works and it shouldn't.
I was gonna say, in our town, how long ago did it disappear?
Before we went adventuring.
Yeah.
It was gone before us.
All of you look about, and the DC is 25, so even though Carrick didn't roll a 30 like everybody else,
30 gang.
it is not yet overhead, which is kind of the implication of being here. It's almost there, though. You can make it out. There's no real clarity to it. Like, it doesn't look anything special, but you can see that cluster of stars.
All
So
right. Well,
going with good.
should we go down and leave RG here?
Probably the best. Where's that ledge that Corvus
over
that
there.
you could see? How far out is it?
I wonder what happens if I deploy my wings right now.
I don't know, because he made that up.
Okay.
Yeah, there wasn't. Yeah, he was like, "Let's just go one ledge down." It's like we never heard about a ledge down.
If people actually do want to find the ledge, I'm going to require another set of perception checks.
Yeah.
Or just continuing, just there, Morgani just kind of mutters. It's weird to see it actually there.
I'm distracted by where we are.
Yeah, I've always looked for
5
where it
gifted.
wasn't because that's all I ever know was it to be. But yeah, it's actually there. That's kind of neat.
Unfortunately, it is not the holy day of year, so it is not in its full glory, but yeah, it's there.
I think I'm probably one of the few
full
people who
Morgani.
actually looked at it when we were back in time. So
I figure Archie's parents probably taught her a bit, but it's been 70 fucking years for her at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, Tilde, you do actually spot, it's not going to be something you guys can, like, cluster and stand about, like, really nicely on, but there is a ledging down there that would put you, like, out of easy airshot, especially with the wind whipping around.
There is a place that we could somewhat precariously stay temporarily
Okay.
over
Will
there.
RG be able to signal us if anything's going on?
I'm pretty sure if something's going on, I can either run fast enough to get to you, or I'm dead anyways.
No,
Yeah.
are you going to be able to get to that ledge though? Is what I'm wondering.
It is about 40 foot down.
Yeah, easy.
Okay, because I don't know what you're capable of as far as that, because I don't want you to fall onto the mountain repeatedly on the way down off the mountain.
sorry, just writing.
I'm just imagining that Homer Simpson moment.
No.
People want to alight onto one of the drakes and go down there?
Yeah, let's go down there.
Okay.
I'm
It's a bit
actually,
tricky because you'll basically have to hop off a drake to get onto the ledge, and then they'll have to transform and try and land as well.
Actually, I'm gonna let them hop off, and I'm
theoretically you could do that.
Corvus
I'm-
will kick on his ski.
Okay, those that can fly under their own power, that's probably a safer method as well.
Is the wind capable up here? Because I knew that the wind was supposed to be pretty bad.
The wind, it is howling. Most of you are good enough at flying at this point that it's not too disruptive, but if you're going to jump without any real propulsion methods to stabilize yourself,
Tilde, do you trust us?
I could just dimension door.
Oh, okay. Because I
But
was going to
I
say,
do.
Dingus could probably just grab you and carry you in his little form, and I can ride on Dingus.
me.
Because he's very strong, no matter what.
The mental image of it is very funny.
It is. I mean, I was going to just kind of watch
I
it.
did
Tilde,
just let Reagan
as
carry him by
Dingus
the back of the
carries
collar.
you, T-pose.
How would we be getting Cassiopeia there?
I will pick her up and drop her off. Carrick's going to is going to fly up and then shift. And hold still, Cass.
Can I take Echo with Corvus on the ski, or is it just a one person?
The skis are one man, I'm pretty sure.
Mhm.
One
Mhm.
man. Yeah. Okay. Echo, do you mind hitching a ride with Kirk again?
Okay. Carrick, pick me up.
You know, actually, funny enough, I probably can pick them up.
Oh, you can. You can like carry Cassie in one hand. So
She's definitely T-posing.
Like luggage.
yeah.
I've got like 4 double carry modifiers.
Right.
So
Right, if you let Carrick puts people down first, that saves you all being buffeted by Drake's wings. Yeah, Carrick
Corvus
can
is just-
deposit people. Then how you getting onto the ledge yourself, Carrick?
I'm actually landing on the side because I have
Missy said?
a climb speed.
Ah, okay. So you
So
just
I'm
you
gonna
just cling onto the
actually-
side of the mountain. You can do that.
Yep.
Even then, couldn't he just basically morph back in the air and land as normal character?
Well, my plan was actually, if I was going to go human, I was just going to start.
That would
typing.
be a moment of airtime, and I would need rolls for that. Yeah.
Well, I'd actually, yeah, because I'd start. Well, even worse.
There'd be a
actually
moment
have a
of the
token
wings not being the
still.
right with the body
Yeah.
and everything, and because it takes an action this time.
I'm
right.
probably going to actually convert back once I'm on the side of the
Okay.
rock.
Dingus does not have a climb speed, by
Just-
the way. So yeah, but yeah, me and Dingus are gonna fly Telday over
Okay. Telday,
with little Dingus.
this isn't the most dignified thing you've ever done. It's not the most undignified thing you've ever done either. So middle of the road, really. He is like using your head horn to hold on to.
Do not damage that.
Even better. I'm imagining him, like in cartoons where they're trying to lift something really heavy, they beat their wings even faster than normal.
Oh yeah, he's doing that.
We have a hummingbird dragon.
Did we ever find out what the actual use of that horn is?
Yes.
It's the
Go
same
ahead.
thing as my ears. They're just long.
Okay.
I know what the
People hear
use
through
of the
their eyes.
horn
Alright.
is.
All of you can make your way down, and Archie, you're alone at the top of the mountain.
Quick, plant a flag.
Archie will kind of walk over to the edge so she's a little bit closer, higher up type thing.
Mhm.
So you just
Sort of center
does she
yourself on the
still need to
plateau.
wait for it to- yeah, does she need to wait for it to get any higher, or would it be?
It's a celestial body. It's not going to move that much. It's more the time of year than the time of night.
Okay.
This is your best bet.
Mm-hmm. Okay, Archie will actually push some of the snow away and kneel down into it. And do you want me to DM you with the thing?
No, I want to hear how Archie says it.
Archie's going to sit and go, I've been told I have to ask for your forgiveness, and I was rude, and that's fair. I've been told I need to share with you the secrets. The more secretive, the better. I don't think I'd be able to tell my friends this, but I don't give a shit if you live or die. If it was up to me, we wouldn't go for either of these options, but they both suck, and this is the one that sucks less. Getting you on board and getting it so you're safe and actually able to get things done.
I think you cut off from me. I'm not sure if you cut off for everybody else.
I think I heard the full thing.
Okay.
Right. Okay. Archie.
Mm-hmm.
There is silence. The wind whirls around you. Sort of snow, around your legs. Even clearing that off, it gets blown up against you. How long are you going to stay there?
Should I give it time?
Yeah.
10, 15 minutes, whatever.
After about 10 minutes, Archie, there is a sort of crunch of snow before you. And the form of Margani just stepping into view. Just looking down at you.
Look up at it.
Your secret is more belligerence.
They said it has to be secret that you wouldn't tell anyone else. Well, that secret would hurt at least a few of my friends to know that I care about if you live or die. Your people did a lot of terrible things in the future. They do a lot of terrible things in the future. A lot of you do a lot of terrible things, a lot of people in the future, including the people of your heaven, eating them for food so you attack and kill other gods. Madness or no, that's sick.
Hardly an apology.
Stop that. I'm sorry for that.
I don't think you are.
What would you rather I do then?
Do you truly seek penance?
Or do you give it deeper now? I do.
Then, I am willing to reopen dialogue with your companions, if due respect is shown. That will be an act that I don't think will bring you any pleasure.
I don't think it will, no.
You will see if respect can be grown, if it can be fostered.
I'll do my best to keep my mouth shut.
Oh no. Oh no, no. Do not speak ill will of me again. Instead, every morning, every night, you will offer up prayer to me.
Forever? Or for until this?
Until I've decided it is enough.
Fine.
Go tell your friends that I shall be upon them. It's my pleasure.
I'll do that.
Her wings flap, taking her off the mountaintop. A few beats, sending her up into the whirling snow, and out of sight.
She'll just breathe a sigh of relief and turn and kind of jog over to the edge and just kind of slide down the edge of the cliff down to where everyone else is waiting.
I would like an acrobatics check for that, because even though you're an amazing monk, I did describe the treacherously, disproportionately packed snow.
Okay.
And the edge of the cliff may not be what it seems.
And hidden rock is not good.
RG,
God.
you're going to tumble.
Okay.
Alright, everyone, you see RG falling past you.
Archie?
Cass is diving off after her.
Well, so Cassie and RG are falling.
I catch
I was gonna
RG
say,
in there?
I do have one of the Featherfall tokens in my pocket.
Okay, well, in that
I
case...
have boots of flying.
I
have Featherfall with reaction, so...
let's see. RG would... The token would trigger before you really see her, because I did say... Isn't it 20 foot falling? The token's trigger
I
on?
don't remember. I'd have to look what they do.
20 feet, yeah.
Yeah. So basically, RG starts floating past people,
Okay.
and it's not hard to get her and guide her back onto the ledge. Whoever does it.
Then yeah, I don't need the Featherfall then. Oh, but it has a spell DC save of...
Oh, there went a Featherfall token.
What the heck happened?
I've got more.
Get another one out of the kitty.
Get another one out of the bag of holding, right?
Yep. I'll have the same difference.
So, did you lose all your monk powers from that interchange of secrets?
No, but the snow's not easy to tell where things are.
Huh, fair.
Right.
How'd it go?
She's willing to talk to us again.
That's nice.
So minimal.
Every night,
You tell her thank you?
evening. As best I could.
Okay. That was really nice of her.
So, if that's the case, then how will we devise a sort of decorum to discuss things with her this time?
Could we get off this precarious
I want to be off
cliffside before we
in a
continue?
nice way.
Leaving here would be nice.
It's cold. I'm so cold. Can we go back
Do you-
to Hayes?
Do you want me to just teleport us back
Can
to...
you
the tree?
teleport us? No, I
No,
want
to Traveler.
Well, that's in her private sanctum. I don't think
Yes.
we're gonna be able to teleport into. Just drop us in like the Tulia marketplace or something.
We will stand out a bit.
I don't think it will matter. We have somebody that's gonna be okay with us being there. It'll be fine.
I'll
Or
just
the
give-
temple. Drop us at the temple. Drop us outside
temple?
the temple. Yeah,
Okay.
Which temple?
the temple of Tulia.
The hand one.
Hand
The
one.
Hand Temple. Okay.
Where we're parked.
Bop.
Okay. Alright. With a snap, you are able to appear. It's actually kind of a shock because you've gone from sun cold to
I'm hot.
Yeah.
Immediately.
Tulian daytime, which is hot. Causes some
this is awful.
startlement as you all appear. There are temple guards here who are immediately alarmed at these strange visitors appearing. There are spears leveled at you. Shouts in... Again, you just understand this. Shouts of... what the hell? Who are you? What? Hands up!
I'm going to
Okay.
attempt to say greetings in ancient Saha, but I'm not sure how easily I can do that with the whole translation thing going.
You can do that.
Okay.
I'm really warm in this outfit. Can I change?
Not in the middle of the temple plaza.
I don't
They
think
might
anyone's
appreciate
gonna
it.
mind.
You also
I don't think I
see
care.
a couple of crop-like creatures descending from the sort of temple's upper levels, just
I think we
along the
have-
exterior.
I think we have more pressing things to continue
Uh,
with your temperature
Gibson's
control.
gonna whistle at them. Hello.
There are flashes in return. Gifton, you see them as desist magic. Carrick, you understand these as well.
I said desist magic.
Yes, they did.
We are friends of the goddess?
Oh,
Thumbs up.
Um,
Probably our best bet right now.
the guards are squinting at you a little bit.
We
The
are,
If you
we
wanna
are
keep the spear-
envoys of the good.
If you want to keep the spears leveled us and
Leia.
get someone to go confirm with her,
this
we'll
is
wait.
really kind of funny.
What?
You know
causing
who would
chaos?
have loved to hear about this?
But
Oberon and Titania.
oh yeah, they'd love this.
Yes.
after a few moments, the creatures, the crop-like creatures, aren't acting particularly hostile. They're just sort of standing there watching you, flowing about. One of the guards is sort of hushed
You're
off.
really tall.
He's saying that to one of the guards.
Yeah.
Oh, the guards. Okay. I thought you were saying it to the clop creature.
We're 6 inches tall. I think everything's tall right now.
Big 4 inches tall.
Why aren't you wearing your ring?
I don't want to. It makes me feel sick. I always tell you that, and no one ever pays any attention. It makes me
You've
feel
never
bad.
told us that.
I
makes you feel
said
The
sick.
guard actually
Yeah.
just goes, deep sands, you're small.
Yes, she
And
is.
I'm very tall.
She's tall for her height.
She's tall for who she is.
Yeah.
Go beseech one of your priestesses.
One of the guards already
Romania.
left, as I said.
Oh, okay.
Are you?
Able to put her arms down.
Have you been
Didn't
here
say-
very long?
didn't they?
Slowly, I'm down. And
Absolutely. Kirk just slowly put his
what do you
arms
mean?
down.
Have I been here long?
Have you been here long? Have you been working here very long?
I've served a few years.
Oh, that's lovely. I'll put my bow
We're
down.
going to have an amazing tale to tell.
Do you need me to take off my bag?
Just-
Are you worried about what's in my bag?
he suddenly looks like it. Like, should I be worried about what's in your bag?
Do we need
Uh,
to go
Gifton, you're
through
worrying
check-in
about-
procedures?
May I
I'm
have your
gonna-
name?
I think
My name?
Just worried that we do not.
Yeah,
draw
may
any
I
weapons
have your
right now.
name?
No.
Why not?
Why do you want my name?
Because it might
I-
be nice
She likes to know who she meets.
to know your name.
His eyes squint at you a bit more, and he's starting to actually look mildly worried.
I want
Trying
to
to
keep your name.
remember any
Gifton,
guards I
Gifton.
might have known.
Are you
We
keeping
may
your name a
just-
secret from me?
Gifton,
Give me
stop.
just a straight intelligence check, Tilde.
Okay, cool.
Please stop concerning the gods. Let's just remain here.
You don't know this man.
Do
At least you don't
I
think
look
so.
threatening?
No,
Mr.
I'm
Guard,
just
am
trying
I
to think of
threatening?
any.
Your
Any?
line of
Okay.
questioning
Go find a
is-
list of like Arabic names and Egyptian names, and you can use any of them.
Do you know Faisal?
I've got a second uncle.
Was he a guard as well?
No. He runs a coffee shop.
Am I
Oh.
threatening you?
Wait,
Do you
why am
feel
I-
threatened right now?
Please
Don't
be
ask
quiet.
that.
And
That's
My friend Corvus says I'm threatening you and
Uh,
that you feel so intimidated.
as you're talking to this poor
not
guard,
trying to
Just stand in
intimidate
the
you.
way.
a familiar form is emerging from the temple entrance. There is Priestess Shala.
Oh, Shala. Hi, Shala.
Does not have a daughter with her for once. But yes, the High Priestess is
She has no idea
emerging,
who the fuck we are.
and
I
she
have no idea who the fuck we are.
she is just sort of motioning the clock-like creatures away, which they just immediately move off.
Greetings, priestess.
Greetings to you.
I'm glad we thought our plans through.
We
What?
never think our plans through. What are you talking
No,
about?
this is way more interesting.
The blessed daughter has told me of you.
Oh, good.
That's good.
It's okay. They are friends of the goddess. She sort of gently places a hand on the guard's shoulder, who looks at her like, "Really?" For
The one that we've been basically mentally assaulting.
yeah. Before lowering his spear, and it actually looks a little worried now as he sort of bows to you and goes, "I apologize for any insult. I did not intend."
No, that was
insults at
actually
all.
quite good. You are doing a great job, and I'm very impressed with the fact that you did not let my size intimidate you as much as it should.
He's trying to figure out if you're joking or not, and he is not sure.
You deserve
Don't worry,
commendation.
I don't know if she's joking or not either.
You passed the
Fine.
test. Congratulations.
Friends, please, if you would come with me.
Yes, of course. I'm
I'm
gonna
sorry.
climb up on Dingus and start flying along.
Yeah, and
Where is that coffee shop? I would like to visit
Yeah, are
that
we
later.
gonna get coffee
There's no
later?
library in it.
Oh, we could get the creamed ice. I like the creamed ice.
oh,
Is that in
dear.
the past or in our basement that we were getting that out of character?
You've had it in the future.
Okay, we haven't had. We didn't-
I've never had it in the past,
No.
but I want creamed ice.
All right.
She's a pregnant lady. She's got urges.
I've got needs. This is why I need butter.
Creamed ice and butter.
Creamed ice and butter.
You can use the other if you do it wrong.
Cool.
Charla leads you all into the temple, and
Butterscotch ice cream.
Cassie in particular, this is a familiar little path that you're going on. Immediately you know you're going to her private little chambers.
Mm-hmm.
And once short motions you all in politely, and
Just look here and vague all just think, huh.
closes the door behind her, and just sort of quirks an eyebrow and goes, "In front of the temple."
Yeah. Is there a
As you know, we sometimes don't always think out what we do.
I mean, I don't know other places in the temple. I've only ever been in the library because that's where me and Corvus did all of our research last time. Because I was Trixie and he was the dwarf.
I will
I haven't been here before.
at the
Is there a better place to come in? We would totally do it. Do you not want us wandering around?
I will, at the daughter's behest, arrange for you to have a structure of your own, and the guardians will be aware that you are to be able to use whatever magics you please within its confines. If
Thank you.
until then you need to teleport within the city, please don't. Not that you wouldn't be allowed, but it is alarming for certain people.
Okay, so it's better if we teleport outside the city and,
And
walk in?
walk in, yes, indeed.
Okay, so that would cause less upset. All right. Okay, that's good for us to know. I'm sorry.
Yes, we.
Hi, I'm Gifton.
She-
and this
she-
is Cassiopeia, and this is Corvus, and this is Telday, and this is RG, and this is Karen.
She places
And
her
this is
hand on
Lydia.
her hips and she does instantly have that air of like, scolding mother.
I was just say school marm.
And she just goes, with how well she speaks of you, I'd expect you to have a little more common sense.
It is surprisingly rare.
Well, just keep it in mind in future.
Honestly, I thought if we appeared at the temple, that would be safer than us scaring a bunch of people walking through town.
Temple is on the most busy street in the city.
That is the point.
I guess that's true.
It may
Have you
even be
tried
better
to go
coming within the
directly
temple.
in?
Yes.
Also, we're kind of a little worried about the implications of there's certain people trying to get us, and we don't want to get like long distance travel without protection.
The matters of the Sphinx ways.
Yes.
The Sphinx Guard have been told to be on alert for any travellers, whether they seem to have permission or not.
Okay. But, they might be looking like Sphinx Guard because, they're
Indeed.
not Sphinx Guard, but they know what to look like. We didn't, so.
Oh, have you come back to see the daughter, or are you attending to other matters currently?
We can talk to the daughter. We do have some information, and we also were thinking we would visit with our various people that are in her care. My family is kind of in the daughter's private sanctum right now, and I just, want to hug my kids.
They're everywhere already.
In that case, the daughter said that you are welcome within her sanctum at any point. You need not her permission.
All right. It's really good to see you, though.
It is a pleasure to make your acquaintance.
Good to meet you. I just
You-
get a very casual wave.
You don't remember, did she tell you who we are?
She told me who you are, and she told me that you had guises, so somewhat familiar with you, but not like this.
Do you
Cass is going
remember?
to pull out her hat. Do you mind?
If you must.
First off, are there any watchers here right now?
It's not going to cause a problem.
There are no
I'll look
watchers
this
that
up.
I'm aware of.
Cass is going to put her hat on and say her magic word.
Okay,
What's
so
your magic word?
Shazam!
And slide a hand check.
And if my character sheet wanted to respond,
Oh no, we're getting
Let's see
sued.
that respawn.
hey, very nice.
Wow.
As Cassiopeia is illustrating, she fell off a bridge, and I was the young drow girl with her when she did.
She's looking at you, Cass, as she goes, yes, you caused quite some trouble for us.
Yeah. So hopefully we'll do better this time. All right.
Please.
So
and,
which way
and
is
I'm
the...
releasing the illusion. Just
Would
as
you
quickly.
prefer it if we do not wander around again? Then yes, maybe not.
The daughter has directed that you are to have free roam.
Yes, I'm sure that the doctor has given that because she's very kind and generous. But would you prefer that we not wander around and cause commotions by being what we are?
He just lets out a little sigh and goes, if you know others within the city, I would suggest that perhaps being in drow company, or Duragar, or lizard folk would be better if you're going to wander. We're not a hateful people, but there is concerns and worries. So just get people used to you if you're going to wander about.
I mean, doing most.
Priestess Shala, would you prefer us to take lodging somewhere in town, or is the potential lodging proximity to the temple or at the temple?
You did mention a building that's going to be ours.
Yes, I just...
Maybe we should just make something out in the desert somewhere and just kind of be out the way.
I suggested
that.
such a thing to the daughter, and she expressed her displeasure.
Her displeasure.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, why? The desert's pretty.
She wants you close to
I
home.
think she wants to keep you close.
Well, she's everywhere, so it's always close to home.
You are to have
She
lodgings
doesn't
within
know
the city.
that.
Yeah.
So
We're going back to that student's lodging.
Student
I don't think
lodging
that's a
doesn't
thing yet.
exist.
I don't think that.
Out of curiosity, out of character, is she
Oh.
wearing a like holy symbol of Hea on like her neck or something?
she has it sort of worked into some patterning on like some of the silks that are draped off her. You don't actually often see the high priestesses wearing holy symbols because they are
Holy
a
symbol.
holy symbol.
Archie's just gonna kind of point generally at the holy symbol. That's gonna be a weird question, but you know where I can get one of the holy symbols? I think I might have accidentally became a priest.
That is a
Would you
weird
like
question.
mine? Would you like mine for now, RG? I can always find another.
Didn't you buy like several of them, Carrick?
We can
I bought
give you
one.
one of the wooden ones that the acolytes start with if you wish. Otherwise, there are many
I
markets
have
that sell
one I
them.
carved. And I have some in a bag. I bought like a whole load of them to bring to the people.
Gifton, would I be able to look in the ones you have?
Oh yeah, here. I'll get my bag off. Dingus. There you go. Okay, there you go.
Yeah,
Oh, I just shift through that.
entire conversation.
That's heavy bags. So okay, we'll try to make it easy on you, and we'll try not to look around too much. We have like a lot of people with us. Some of us brought our families and such, and I kind of wanted to do the market thing, but I think that's a bad idea.
She just smiles gently and goes, "If you'd like, I can arrange for your families to have a tour by a couple of acolytes. That should keep people from being too concerned."
Maybe we could. That might be kind of fun for people, since some of them thought they were only going to be on a 20-minute trip.
You may want multiple acolytes.
You're not going to let me live that down, are you?
No, I'm gonna let you have as much of it for me as possible up to the moment that you leave. I want you to remember me.
To be fair to Cassie, 20 minutes have not passed since they left. It has been negative 10,000 years.
But it did though, because they took forever to leave
Relative
Winden.
to Millie, it's more than 20 minutes.
I'm going to go to arrange things for you. You're welcome to make your way to the mother's grounds.
Sorry
very
again.
Sorry.
I understand this is probably the time of day you should be sleeping.
It is,
I'm
yes.
sorry.
Oh yeah, we
We're sorry.
We should be as well. Yes, goodbye.
Once you're done talking with the daughter, please come back here and hopefully I will have things arranged by then.
Don't rush. You should rest. Everyone's probably gonna need to rest. So why don't we just worry about it in the morning?
She gives you
Starfall.
She gives you a tired smile that isn't particularly bitter, but it's that smile that lets you know, like, this isn't all okay. I'm okay with it, but it's not all okay. It's just because I've been given a holy charge.
Let her do what she needs to do, Gifton.
I'm gonna have words with the young lady.
She just shakes her head and
my daughter's gonna hear about it from me.
She opens up the door for you.
You've been openly being a heretic.
I take that back. I just looked up the double price on Holy Symbol, and that's 5 gold, so I don't actually need a different one.
All right, so in we go.
Right, if you want to head up further to actually head to the sort of private sanctum at the top of the temple, you can do so easily. No one bars your way. Thankfully, word has been spread within the temple about you, and you are quite standouting. So
there's probably a lot of looks like.
Did Cassie take her hat back off, or is she keeping the illusion on?
I said that earlier.
Okay, Shazam again.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Shazam.
You all make your way back up into Hea's private sanctum. The doors to Traveller are wide open. And Hea just seems to be in conversation with a familiar vampire. Care.
This probably also come out by now.
Rezem's in the background, just sort of like, herding children who are like pointing at like paintings on the walls, tapestries and so on. going,
Honey,
what's that? What's
orifice?
that? Yeah, what are they doing?
Like that baby coming out of there.
Yeah. But when you come on in, Harkount turns to face you all. Hey, just sort of smiles as you walk in.
Hiya.
Heya. Hi.
She's going to give a polite bow and then stride straight towards her wife.
Right. Your wife does not seem to be out and about right now. She might be within Traveller.
Going and travel then.
Yeah. Okay. You go find your wife.
Sits down by a column.
Hey, we'll move over towards you. Sort of seemingly saying the polite word to Harkount, who just nods his head, and she goes, "Well, any luck?"
Yes. Good luck.
Wait,
Archie
really?
would tell you. But she wandered off. Apparently the apology went well, and Morgani is going to be in contact with us at some point. Yeah. I don't know what she said, but I guess that's the point, right? We don't know what she said. Also, I found out some interesting things from the Fae that I'd like to tell you about.
Oh,
are you referring to the story of Gifted?
Yes.
Yes.
You see,
very interesting.
Yes, a very interesting story that was related to me through very specific wording. You see, there is a long stand. No, not the kobold story. Yes, but there's a long-standing thing among the Fae where if you make a swear by 3, it's very important. And I noticed that we had a really big importance of that discussion. But I know who the 3 are. I think now. It would be Oberon, Titania, and Morgani.
What?
And it seems from the stories that I heard about a poor kobold who was trying to make a baby with the help of a centaur, and it didn't happen. That it's more like the story that I was telling about a foot doctor who was trying to bring back a dead friend, and their obsession made them go crazy.
Is this about Tavos and Corvus and Morgani? What is this?
No. It's
about Morgani.
I think Morgani tried to bring Lolasil back while everybody else was doing stuff, and that she tried to use the Fae to do it. And then you know how sometimes super smart people make themselves go crazy because they try things to do stuff that they shouldn't.
Shax.
What happened to Shax?
Like what happened to Shaxan, right? When he tried to understand the Dreamer. What if she tried to understand how to bring a god back and she drove herself insane?
What if it...
And then she blames the Fae because she thinks the Fae are the reason why she went crazy, and it's not what she did. But maybe the Fae did drive her crazy. I don't know, but really I think it's something that happened.
What if she touched outside?
But Oberon and Titania can't talk about it, but I'm
Why not?
putting it together. Because there's a swear that they made. I think that they can't say that they made the swear, but they said that complicated Fae conversation. I understand that they have a reason they can't talk about something.
Bring them to me and I'll break it.
I think that might cause a problem with Morgani.
Because you're breaking a secret.
Yeah, you'd be breaking her secret. But if we're clever enough to figure it out on our own, which we are, then it's not breaking their secret. So what we were thinking is, I pointed the box. Traveler in there talked about something about the various timelines, and he said something about there were times when Morgani was crazy, but they solved the madness, and we didn't really think about it because we thought we would just do it by doing it, and we didn't want to mess everything up by looking at it, I think, or maybe we were just dumb and didn't think about looking at it. But we were thinking about we go in there and maybe read up a bunch on what Morgani had going on, if there's any information in there, and we can use that to help Morgani.
Okay.
So I think that's that. We were also kind of wondering, maybe we should set up like out in the desert or something like that. I really worry.
Out in the desert?
Yeah, they got
that's a bad idea, Gifton. That is, honestly, one, it's desert. 2, we have issues out in the temples right now.
Fold my arms.
You are going to be citizens of my city.
We are, but I would like to point out right now we are a point of contention amongst various different groups. It is very bad for your people for us to be here. There are people from the future timeline that are angry and might come to try to hurt us or hurt people around us. That's not good for your city. There is also the fact that Morgani or Kevos or any of the other gods could suddenly lash out on your continent the way they did when a certain, I point at Cassie, angelic-like creature was on your lands when it should not have been, and I thumb point at myself and go, and you have one again. You don't want that in a populated area.
I will fuck up anybody that tries to touch you.
I know you would.
Oh no, she swore.
But
well, that shows
oh yeah, there's probably like a whole bunch of my babies probably going, "Hey, I swore."
Yeah. There is. You hear a bunch of tiny little gasps, and then a little fuck.
Yes, his hands are going to her face. You taught them to throw.
On when you learned to use that word, because I'm pretty sure it wasn't back here.
Yep, they're going, fuck them up in the background.
You think my people have never used the word fuck?
No, I'm looking at my kids going, great.
Start raising hand, start lowering hand.
Not in the context you mean there.
I appreciate my goddess very much, but I am also trying to be a good, responsible member of your community. And I don't want anybody getting hurt on our
I
behalf.
will not show us divided at all. We are a united front. Putting you aside sends all kinds of messages and signals, and I will not have them misunderstand your importance to me.
It would be fair for diplomacy's sake to let them lock me up.
Like hell is that happening?
I'm not saying it'd be forever, but I'm just saying that it would be fair if they wanted to do that.
No.
I don't think that will help what we are trying to accomplish.
It would help make inroads with Talon. It would help make inroads with her parents. They're trying to prevent her from doing things that they think she shouldn't, which is getting wrapped up with the wrong sorts of people. And right now they don't know me, so they might think I'm the bad sorts of people.
I got punished because they thought I was doing things wrong. And I'm not going to let that happen again. Not by hiding what I'm doing or hiding things away. I'm going to be open, blunt, apparent, and prepared. They can accept me for who I am. They can accept me for who I care about. My people, that includes you.
And that is the stand we will make, my goddess.
This is my bloody land. I'll do what I please. She sort of crosses her arms.
Out of character. I was halfway for it. You supposed to use that voice, that tone with your mother? I was expecting that.
Gifted was having a moment of going, young lady or not, but Gifted likes her wild streak, so she's not going to correct her.
And she sort of looks aside at you and just goes, besides, it would tear them apart. I don't think even their pact would stop that.
For letting them lock me up, I think you'd let it happen. It'd make sure I was safe.
It's cute that you think that.
He'd never let them hurt me, but I think he'd let them lock me up.
I'm not so sure. But, well, I suppose you need to interrogate the box.
Yep, I guess we need to interrogate the box. And, your kind priestess Shala said that there will be arrangements made for some of the acolytes to take some of our people on a tour.
Oh, that's a good idea.
I think the people in the box are probably getting a little, cooped of being in the box, and that might be kind of nice to have.
I have already arranged for a parcel of land for all of you. Some builders are already moving into position to, well, build, as they do. If you want, though, you can move the box there, let people out.
I'm sure we can do something like that. But I think we should work in kindness with the acolytes of your priesthood, because they want to make sure everyone's not frightened, startled by a bunch of scary-looking strangers.
Why? Listen, your tones of skin and such like things are not common, but you shouldn't startle the people of the city. Why would they be scared of you?
Oh, I'm terrifying me.
She is quite tiny.
Mine
I'm very small.
accent for one.
You don't have an accent.
Your language. You don't have an accent.
Anyways. And if it did,
By the way,
In fact, you're speaking very clear Saharan.
That's what I was going to bring up. I also understanding everything.
Mm-hmm.
Traveler.
I'm a dumb one.
Traveler.
I have a Hexen-like accent, but everything is filtered
Cass
through.
is going to poke her head in now that Carrick said that. Traveler?
Yes.
Got a question for you. Have you, by chance, have the ability to make it so we can understand wherever we are?
I do not understand your question. You understand where you are now, yes?
Well, for example,
have you lost any concept of
language?
I'm gonna say,
for example, we're currently in Zaha, and I don't know how to speak a lick of Zahan, but yet I can understand everyone, and we have a
You're not supposed to lick
very
Zahans,
powerful
are you?
friend outside who says we're
Am I supposed to
speaking
lick
perfect
Zahans?
Zahan.
Some of them do like it.
you have travelled with me. Plus, you are travellers. You are granted the ability to speak and understand.
Travelers. Oh. Okay, thank you, Traveler.
Thank
Cass
you
is
very
coming
much,
out
Traveler.
just mumbling and grumbling. Okay, yes. It was Traveler, and we have been granted boons because we are now the Tarnstead Travelers.
Haya's frowning. It's an awful name.
It is.
I've never even been to Tarnstead.
Can we be the Hay and Hellraisers instead? Can we change our name? I want to be a Hay and Hellraiser.
Why would I raise hells?
Because it's cool sounding.
I think she means
It does sound badass.
Hell.
It does sound really badass. So maybe a Hellraiser is like being a rebel.
Well, I suppose maybe we know that there's certain she sort of air quotes demons that don't deserve to be down there. So raising hell.
You could put that on some
has
kind
a positive
of
connotation.
Jacket.
Yeah, it's kind of a positive thing. All right. So I'm gonna go grab the smart people, and we're gonna go look at what Traveler can tell us. Does that sound good to everybody? Who all wants to be in the smart brigade? I'm sure Corvus wants to be. Where's my brother? Raz? Balda?
Oh, Raziel went off with Miris for a while, and Lucifer.
I knew they were gonna steal him.
Oh. Also. She sort of motions over to Parkhound. Imor's been talking with them. You might want to have a word.
All right.
Sorry, did you say him or them? I just wanted to clarify.
She said them.
Okay, thanks.
Hey, Harkout. What's up?
My dear, would it be aggressive of me to suggest friendship at this point?
I thought I called you a friend a long time ago, but it's nice to hear it back.
My dear friends, I have a grand invitation to extend to you.
Oh?
Tomorrow's sunrise. My last day.
What?
Yes.
I would be honored.
Out of character, we'd heard him discussing.
Mm-hmm.
So it's the end, right? Okay.
Yeah, he was planning it the last time around over in Faramir.
I would be honored, my lord Harkout.
I am pleased. I had been sent into disarray and doubt, knowing that a mere couple of thousand years from now, that a warlord would be committing atrocities, but I have been assured that won't be allowed to happen. I will not have to stay to stop myself. And thus in good conscience I can depart.
I'm gonna miss you.
Please don't. Know that this is...
I know it's what you want, but you know.
Still miss a friend when they're gone.
Strange to think that I will be missed, but I appreciate it.
It just means my love has nowhere to go to for you. But I hope that you will find a heaven or a hell or whatever you've decided is good for you.
Imor says...
we're now in hell mode today.
Imor says that I am welcome.
That is good.
Would you mind sparing a few hours for me?
Of course. And if you are to say your farewells before the time comes, then I suggest you speak with Luther as well.
He too? She too? He too?
Luther had a charge, and it is done. Luther never sought to live beyond life. Imor is welcoming him home.
What nationality was Harkount? Just curious.
Hexenreich.
Well, Proto-Hexenreich.
Whatever. Yeah,
he is from a country that doesn't exist anymore.
It might exist soon or now, but
yeah. Lord Harkount, was there be any rites that you would want to be performed?
I long ago gave up in any faiths or traditions, moving with the times. If there to be any rites, you choose them. But know that my ashes scattered into these sands will be good enough for me.
If that is what your wishing is, I would assume that would be your desired right then.
Have any of the others from Paramir decided as such, or is it two of you?
He shakes his head. I think me and Luther are quite unique amongst the Flamurians of seeking this end. Oh, Luther never sought it, but no, you understand.
It's an honor he has been offered.
Yes.
I guess I was gonna dismount off Dingus, and slip on her human ring again, and then she's just gonna lunge into Park out and give him a big hug.
You lunge into him, and he doesn't budge. You know, he is steel. He is immovable in that sense, but he's sort of
happy that your pain can be ended.
He gently, there's an arm drape over you, and just pats your back and goes, and I am happy that there are those that care enough to see me off.
Thanks for all the assistance and help you gave us in the trying months and years that we knew each other.
It seems weird that all of that effort erased, but I suppose it brought us here all the same, yes?
Yeah.
What matters?
You brought some life back to my life.
You kept us fools from dying when we should have.
Yes.
Well, we won't take up too much of your day. If you want company at any point for anything you're up to, though, your friends are here.
Indeed.
They're belly dancers in town. And plays and song and
some of them have bellies.
I am already considering having some grand event before the sun rises.
As you should.
At least to bring comfort to those left behind. We will talk later, Tilde.
Yes. Thank you.
Go find
Yes.
your dear Dullahan.
Yeah, but do you know if they are?
I'll be in the box.
He is inside talking to some of his kin, I suppose.
The council, probably.
Yes.
What isn't in the box?
I'm assuming that
What's
this is
in
going
the
to be an issue for
box?
them. To lose one of their number will be hard.
It will hurt
I'm
them.
sorry.
Maybe more than it hurts the living.
They are not as used to loss in that regard.
And as far as they're concerned, they won't see him again.
Yes.
Probably even harder having another one of theirs just recently lost too.
Yeah, he just sort of bows his head to you. The polite, not dismissal, but acknowledging our conversation's over.
Yep. I bowed a courtesy to him, and then I'm gonna head into the box.
Into the box. What's in the box?
The box.
It's all the people in the
What
box.
isn't in the box?
Our count.
What?
Oh, yeah. And hair.
Yeah. Okay, you head into the box. Immediately, you see Nathaniel seemingly nattering away at the central tree, caught in some unheard conversation.
Hello, traveler.
Traveler chimes in response to you all.
Traveler, can you do me a favor?
If I am capable.
All right.
No.
If you could compile information from all the timelines where they cured Morgani's madness and found out what was wrong with her, that would be great.
This is done.
Thank you. You're so fast.
Traveler,
Yes.
can you also search for any timelines where Morgani does not go crazy?
Indeed. That is also done.
Right. Thank you.
Was there any you found?
No.
Oh.
How many timelines were found where they found out what was wrong with Morgani and cured her?
5.
Oof.
Do they all have similar ideas of what happened?
4 of them correlate. 1 does not. However, they stumbled onto the cure by happenstance.
Were they
Really good lemon
all
squares.
the same?
What were the 4 similar, and what's the one the outlier?
The outlier was an accidental exposure. The 4 similar were the actual discovery of events leading up to her madness.
Was it involving her tampering with the body of Lalasil?
Yes.
Did she get Fey madness?
No.
What did she get?
He was corrupted by the connection to the outside through Lalasil's corpse.
Oh, that's right. She's an anchor to reality through the dreamer. That's why she died. So she went crazy just like Shaq Sand.
Correct.
Yep.
Okay, how did they cure her?
Inoculation.
Inoculation?
First dragons?
One of the first dragons, after treatment to bring it more in line with reality itself, could indeed impart its touch and understanding of the outside to her, thus curing her madness.
Is there anyone else that can do that?
That was never discovered. The possibility remains, though.
Was it one of the first or all of them?
Only a singular entity is required.
Which one?
Any should
Physical?
suffice.
Which one was used?
In 3 timelines, the magical was used. In 1 timeline, the physical was used. In 1 timeline, the spiritual was used.
That
Did
might be a solution to the physical problem.
the first dragons and Morgani give consent to this? Were they amenable to the suggestion, or was it done by force?
4 out of 5 times were done by force.
Well,
Which time was not done by force?
The use
Was
of
it
the
spiritual?
physical was done consentingly.
Intriguing.
Was the physical dead when it happened?
Yes.
So it was consensual for Morgani, but the physical was already dead.
Do we have the dead body of the physical on the ship?
No.
no.
I don't know.
You guys
because we
never
did- we-
asked
we
what
did-
happened
we
with.
never-
I went back, remember, and all the pillars were there.
Oh, you guys never asked what happened with
Yeah, we never asked.
the
No,
magical.
the Furmerians took the body with the magical. Remember, the
yeah.
magical had used
Mhm.
the body, so we
To
don't.
create the.
But they were using it to. She was using it as a temporary measure, and then the Furmerians were using it for research. So we don't
Mhm.
know what happened to it. We need Valda.
Yes.
Valda.
Bada!
Which of the cures was the accidental?
The
Which first was used?
The accidental cure used the magical.
Okay.
Would you like me to direct you to Founder?
Yes, please.
Rotate all the rooms.
Or Luther.
They are in the same location.
Oh, good.
Suspected as much.
They just use their little lights to sort of direct you towards a doorway.
Sweet.
You can head on through, immediately entering council chambers, and it is.
Think about it though.
It is a direct recreation of the Fomerian council chambers that you're led to.
Beautiful recreation.
What I don't understand though is why would you need to inoculate the first dragon in order to fix Morgani? Because the dragons are already part of what's out there.
Inoculation is administering a healing, a cure.
The first dragon was used to inoculate Morgani.
Yes, so you're using the first to
okay.
help Morgani.
Okay, does that actually consume the first dragon, or are they okay afterwards? What happened to the ones that were alive?
They were dead.
They would. I wouldn't know about viral treatment.
Traveler answers.
I've turned up carrying one of our kids by now.
Beyond the already deceased
okay.
physical, there was no further deaths.
Okay, thank you. Hi,
The entirety of the remaining council is in here.
Valda.
They look up towards you, and it's hard to read the expression sometimes, but you know their body language. There is sadness here.
Hi.
And Luther sort of stands up and goes, "My."
I'm gonna run over to hug him.
I assume Harcount has informed you.
Yes.
I shall be departing with him.
Can I ask in what manner? Harcounts is obvious.
Imor will embrace my spirit, and my flame will die.
It has been wonderful knowing you.
Yes.
It has been a joy knowing you all as well. One of the greatest honors I've experienced. Don't cry. Happy thing.
Can't help it. I'm gonna miss you. You'll be really far away.
The hug suddenly lifts you, Gifton.
Hmm.
And you get a very firm pat on the back before he sits you back down.
I know you're gonna be in a really good place, and you deserve to be there.
I will be at my lord's side. I could not imagine a better fate.
And I will be nagging him nonstop that you better be getting some of the best treatment.
Are you saying
You haven't heard
sneak
the
up there
full
and
thing, have
check
you?
him?
No.
To be the first of a new kind.
Oh.
Mortal turned angel.
Give us a tight. Congratulations. That couldn't happen to a nicer man.
However,
So you're going to be back visiting sometimes, right?
perhaps we will see where duty lies.
You're not going to be one of those angels that just takes off and spends all their time with their god, right?
I certainly hope not. He offered me rest, but not who I am.
No, you're not. Speaking about never resting, I have good news. I think we know what's wrong with Morgani, and maybe we have an idea how to fix it.
Fowler actually sits up a little bit and goes, good news. We could do with that.
Morgani tried to raise the dead.
That's something that falls into our purview finally.
Specifically,
Lawless.
The god.
A little more grand than most of our aspirations, I will admit.
And by doing so, she tampered with something that was connected directly to the Dreamer, because Lalasil's death was to anchor the world to reality, to the trueness of the Dreamer.
Basically did what Shax did, but on a
grander scale.
Slower scale.
Yeah. I mean, she was doing something that no one had ever tried before, so I'm sure she took all her precautions.
And she, suppose, never told anybody of this.
No, and how could she? I mean, Havos and Mayuri were having a baby. Miris was being Miris.
And the rest of them were all in stages of grief and anger.
And
that's why we've never heard what her grief was.
She swore the Fae to never speak of it.
Hey.
Yes. I have reason to believe that she has Lord Oberon and Lady Titania trapped in a pact that they cannot speak of.
So they've known all along.
And they've been unable to act or ask for help.
They told us a story, though.
Yeah, about a centaur and a kobold.
Gifton's story was far better and easier to follow.
Well, that's why theirs was as hard as it was, because they can't talk about it. So
Can't imagine a geese from
her
Dragon of Secrets and magic could be. Yes, I could see.
Circumvented.
Well, Lord Oberon has a crown of diamond dust now on his head, so yay.
Right.
Unfortunately, I have a moral quandary I have to consider at this point.
Which one?
Morgani was lacking what she needed to bring Lalasil back.
Lalasil herself, part of her.
Yes.
The essence.
I have another essence I can claim. And I'm also the one that purified the bones of Lalasil when we went to rescue Hea.
Yes.
I fixed it from being the way it was. So,
Are you...
because...
Sorry.
Go ahead.
No, I thought you had stopped. Please continue.
So it might be a key between me and that spark that's still there, that we could help her the rest of the way with what she was trying to do. Or trying to do it may make everything more worse.
I suppose it's two different things to discuss there. Curing Morgani and whether Lalasil can and should be brought back. He chose to die.
She did, because she thought it was the only way.
Inoculation thingamajig, that way then even if she tries it, it doesn't backfire.
Yeah,
feeling sure he tried the first time.
Valda,
What's that?
Traveler has information on what they did to cure Morgani of this madness, because Traveler knew about it.
And it didn't tell us?
No, it's Faye.
You're kind of very tiring.
Ask. I'm so
Tell me
sorry.
about it.
I think if we wanted exact details, we needed to ask.
And I think, Valda, you're clever. Like
Glad you think this of me.
educated and extremely smart, and I am very dumb. I am very, very dumb, Valda. I need
You are far
smart.
from the dumbest I know.
I need smart Vermirian, smart academic people like you and Telde and Corvus and Carrick to fix this for us. Because Cassie, me, and RG aren't doing it.
Carrick points to himself smart.
Don't sell yourself so
Carrick
short,
was very
but
smart.
as I have more
Hey, that's
experience,
hurtful speech.
I am more than happy to lend
Short.
assistance.
Okay, well, that like I said, this is some good news because we may save your goddess after all. And we can point at her and go, haha, you practice necromancy.
I'm afraid.
Listen, I know you don't actually get to go haha at Morgani about anything, but you know, I want to have this for
Yes,
me.
I would rather avoid her breath, but
Does she have bad breath? I didn't notice.
What would it be?
He's a
All of
dragon.
it?
it is arcane.
Hmm.
It is the raw stuff of magic.
Just magic. It's just magic.
She gives you an amused look and goes, "Just magic."
Painful. That sounds like a particularly painful.
Wait, did I?
But
Hopefully not die from it, but might want to have.
Oh, well, that's awful. So it's very, very much one of those things. So yeah, I guess that's that. I
It's
guess this is all
inoculation.
happening.
Yes.
it's using the essence of the first dragons that were connected to the.
They're very far away right
Reality.
now.
They
Yeah, but we
are,
had
but
one.
you need something connected to Morgani that is also connected to
reality.
reality in a way, and
There is a little
no.
doorway still open. Leaning on the door frame appears to be a skeletal guard, just clad in armor and so on. No weapon on them, and they just sort of give you a wave and go, sorry to intrude, but ears were burning. Might have hitched a ride.
In that form.
Mirrors?
Magic!
No.
Wrong and wrong.
Not magic?
My guess is
Oh no, not magic. Mental.
Wrong again.
Not
spirit.
mental. Spirit?
I am a multifaceted being, after all.
Is it spirit?
Yes,
Yes, it's Morgani.
it's Speary.
Oh,
Right.
Spirit.
you said
gonna
yes
say-
at the right time of another person, so.
I was going, well, shit.
I was
Speary!
planning on just, well, splitting a little bit of myself off to come back here with you all. And laying dormant until I can make contact with myself again.
That sounds dirty.
Spirit.
Stop touching
Or
it.
just lean into Carrick and just go, who the hell is this?
Oh, yeah.
Spiritual.
That's
one
not
of
an
the
answer.
first-
I appreciate
that's
that
one
though.
of the
He's just gonna
first.
kind of look there and go,
It's
Oh.
a-
I'm pretty
One
sure
of
we would have
Morgani's-
explained all
One
of
of
the first
Morgani's
to her.
Yeah,
first
but it's
dragon
already-
children.
they
First
were
dragon's
trapped
children.
in a machine being used by Hexenreich.
oh,
Yeah.
that thing. Okay.
As I am Latving.
No, they're that person. Spirit, would you help us with this?
Oh, I'd love to.
Yay!
Well,
Why do I
kinda
feel
puts you
like
in
a
syringe.
butt is coming up?
No, but I just need a little boost, is all.
Oh, does somebody need some worshippers to feel strong?
Oh, that would be very, very good, and might be the boost I need. But anything to help me reconnect with myself and back myself here a little early.
So, We found you in the Hexenreich place. How did you
They're
first get
out
here?
in space right now, right?
I rode on the back of a falling star.
A comet?
That sounds fun.
When did that land? Do you know?
Unfortunately, very, very far in the future.
Oh.
Which is why I need some means to... Do you know how to make a large orbitable body move faster?
Speed up time.
Can Traveler? Traveler can be
No,
called
but I
many
bet a
things,
god could.
I was just wondering if Traveler might know.
That's only if he's in our space.
What?
We're in the Dreamer's bubble. The first dragons penetrated through that. How did this object? Is the Dreamer creating objects within its reality?
Morgani reached outside all the time, so things from the outside might come in. I mean, the Dreamer even brought things in from the outside, so...
Yeah, the metal.
If you do recall your tales, we were imprisoned in that little crossover that fell between reality and this bubble, as you call it.
Yes.
Hitch a ride on something passing through it.
Correct.
So we would have to speed up the Dreamer.
I mean, the other dragons are out there throwing rocks at, like, the sleeping Dreamer, and that's what you rode in on.
It's a quaint thought, isn't it?
Like, wake
How
up!
is that what Echo's not Echo is doing? Okay.
I was gonna actually say, does Echo have a way to assist without a new thing or Traveler?
Yes.
Do you know it was in any of the timelines did they have find a way to bring the first dragon from the Veil to Earth to us directly?
Yes.
Do you have are you able to
elaborate
that information?
If you wish.
You met your mom. She's really pretty.
Do you wish to know any particular method? And Spirit's going, oh, you met Martha.
Yeah, she's very pretty. She does not like me.
One particularly that does not cause harm to either the first dragons nor where we are.
If you're looking for lack of harm, does it extend to divine entities?
Yes.
Then, both myself were used to travel as far out as possible, and then grand magical endeavours were undertaken to propel out further. Secondly, an item from the future was used.
Is that item from the future by any chance inside you right now?
Yes.
What item was that?
It is a shuttlecraft.
What's a shuttlecraft?
It is a vehicle capable of traversing space.
Was it that big metal thing that we brought in?
Gifton's gonna hold out her headphones and her Walkman.
Yes.
It is not that, Gifton.
Oh.
But yes, it is a large metal structure.
Is that able to be used with what we have currently access to?
What was that?
Does it, with what we currently have access to, do we have the ability to use it?
Is there gas?
Basically, a way of saying it doesn't take fuel without us understanding what fuel is for this thing.
How does it work?
I do not know if that one has the same capabilities and energy sources as the one that was previously used. However, I can direct you on how to gain access to its interior.
There's an interior?
Has an inside?
I mean,
it is a vehicle.
Would have an
Can we sit on top of it?
No, you would die.
Sitting on top of it will kill me?
If it is traveling through the vacuum of space, yes.
Vacuum.
The hell's a vacuum?
Fowler just sort of waves and goes, a lack of anything, air, objects, just...
Nothing can't hurt you.
Future mortal enemy.
Nothing. Wait, no,
Branch.
nothing can. Remember, that's one of the dragons. And
Nothing can't hurt
ends
you.
It ends
Well, unfortunately, it isn't nothing so much as space.
Final frontier.
Oh, the space between people is hurtful.
Oh no, I've got a Dave Matthews song playing.
Now we're going.
That is painful.
Unfortunately,
it's like,
variances in timelines do not guarantee the same successful chances using the same methods.
Yeah, because
If-
you don't have the account of everything. Well, this is at least a path we could look into it, because if we can get Morgani to agree to it, and Spiri sounds like they're on board. I mean, I'm sure Spiri wants other things too, because Spiri's smart like that, but you know, we can work that out.
There's the dimming of one undead eye and a sort of wink from Spiri.
Oh, your mom's gonna be so happy to see you.
Ooh. Do you think I should introduce myself now?
I don't know.
Might get us into more of her good graces, maybe.
Or worse graces.
How could it be worse? But
I
I
don't
am
know.
cautious about the
That
idea.
depends on her opinion of him.
Yeah.
Oh,
She may
Mother
not.
loved us. However, she might not think I'm actually me.
I was just saying,
Right.
this may be.
I
Fae
am
all over
always
again.
doing a Fae trick.
And I am but a tiny fraction of my greater whole right now, so...
Yes.
You know how
Traveler,
hard
did-
it is to try and squeeze as much as yourself possible into one soul? I am so insignificant right now.
Well, I
you
think
just
you're
gonna
pretty
go,
great.
I know I've got some extra room right now.
No, I need the soul to latch on to.
There's
You're
not
the
a lot of
smallest
soul in
vessel
you.
here.
Traveler,
Do
can
you need
show
to
us
borrow
how
a vessel?
No, it wouldn't help, unfortunately.
All right.
And what were you asking, Traveller?
Can you show us how to access the what you call it, space shuttle?
Indeed.
Thingamajig.
Where would you like to be shown?
Are you able to show in here, like inside of you, or do we need to remove it?
Guys, we're in the middle of them having kind of a moment.
That's why I was
Maybe
going to
we
go
should
elsewhere.
move out of the
in here.
council room. But Valda, you can tell we have a lot. Guys, we have a lot that were good things. Good things.
Luther's actually standing up and looking to the rest of the council going, we have something to work on. In case this shuttlecraft is not a good avenue, this traveller mentioned magical endeavours. We've got some of the brightest magical minds here. I'm sure we can find a way to fling ourselves across the black.
Space.
This may also be. Look at Volta. You've probably spent some time already picking his brain a little bit, but don't forget about. Wow, suddenly trying to think of his name.
Hello?
Talal. Yes, thank you.
Talal is pretty smart.
Felder will nod and she gives Luther a sad look for a moment before going, we will have an eternity to mourn you. Suppose work now takes priority.
He's not going anywhere. He'll still be around. He still exists. He's just going to be on a journey. He'll be okay.
I know we have many pots in the fire here, but Luther, if you can spare a moment at some point before tomorrow, I would like to talk to you.
Of course. Now,
sorry.
we'll see what we can drum up, and you see about this shuttlecraft. Eric is what?
I was going to actually ask before I start this, if I remember correctly, shaking hands is actually a thing.
Yes.
Because we have discussed this. Kirk's going to start by extending his hand to Luther.
Luther actually grasps your forearm.
and I'm actually going to pull him into a hug.
And he gives you a sort of slam on your back. You know, as you Draconic, he knows you can take a proper bump.
It has been wonderful knowing you. Thank you for all your assistance, and like Gifted said, we hope to see you again. Hopefully without on a good term.
You have all brought great joy into my life, making sure I knew that my purpose was true, what I was here for, and it's always a great honor to stand beside true heroes.
Just gonna look over behind him at all the council and go, "If we're doing that all along."
And he looks back at the council fondly. I will miss you all dearly. I hope that it is not forever as you think. I hope that my duties will allow me to see you, but no matter what, I will never forget any of you. Powder just sort of looks down at the table here, just shakes his head and goes, "Enough sentimentality. Let's get this going, yes." And
back to work.
Sigmund just bows his head to Luther and to the rest of you. And Melinda Melinda's looking over at Otto and processing her own complex emotions. And Wilhelm just shakes his head a bit and goes, "Sentimentality. Coping mechanisms, more like it. Alright. I am not the bright mind for the magic, so I'm going to come and see what you all are doing."
We have made arrangements. They're apparently gonna give us tours of the city.
Oh.
For anybody who's interested in that. I know not everybody can be involved in the project, but Hea's got some acolytes that are going to tour people around. Just as a fair warning, she might try to keep you all as her own people. She's kind of grabby.
I'm going to take part in that then. We must get the citizenry used to seeing our beautiful faces.
Yes. Well, and then you can tell everyone, where everything is in town, what the significance of it is.
And the great histories and deep stories, of course.
Yes. Stories they didn't even know they had.
You said talking.
Indeed.
Sigmund, could I ask you possibly an unusual question?
I would not be surprised if you did.
I was thinking of my own draconic side. In that form, are you able to take a undead human form like I am able to take my elf form?
He shakes his head slowly and goes, "Unfortunately, the ability to change our shape is one of the things lost to us unless we elicit spellcraft to do it."
Okay. I've been a little curious about that.
Fingers of polymorph.
I'm not going to do that to him without permission.
Melinda actually...
He could do that by now, he would have.
Melinda actually nods and goes, "It's one of the reasons that the architecture has to be so large in the City of the Dead. Must account for our Dracoliches."
I actually was just thinking about something, despite the loss of everyone. There is one person I'm going to suggest to the council that keep an eye out for, because you might likely know about how she came into being, and that's to keep an eye out for Annalisa and get her out of whatever situation caused her to become so angry with the world.
Well, this is a note we will have to keep for, quite over 9,000 years.
I more hope that the world that Annalisa comes into is one that won't be so cruel to people who choose to continue life after death. That is my hope.
I have a feeling she did not have a choice.
Yeah.
She did not. her
Hopefully, whatever
father
happens.
forced that fate upon her.
Hopefully, it will turn out better for her, whether it's happening again or doesn't happen. Whatever happens, hopefully, is better for her.
Whatever happens, I hope for Amira is there for her. All right, let's break. We'll do our things.
Shall I set up a room for you to examine mechanisms of the shuttlecraft?
Yeah, that would be great. I probably shouldn't be near things that I could break. Gifton frowns.
Don't know if you're any more likely to break that than I am.
I think any of us are likely to break it, given it's something we completely don't understand.
As a traveller starts to reconfigure things, Spree sort of goes, "What would you like me to do?"
Well, handsome, why don't you come with me?
A pleasure, of course.
We can go check out town together.
Okay. Those that wish to can start heading out of Traveller. Those that want to examine this shuttlecraft, it's going to take a bit of time. This isn't as easy as generating a new room. Siri's actually having Traveller is actually having to set up, actual equipment rather than just a generated fabrication.
I was just trying to actually get it so we can do the thing.
Mm-hmm. So if you want to wait around for that, you can, or you can head out.
I'm just going to be one of the people going to town because she's not one of those parties.
I've never been out in daytime.
Carrick's going to go for the shuttle.
Okay. Right.
He was the one that brought it up, so...
Those that head on out, you can see there are actually acolytes already sort of being brought up here, which they look like... They don't come up here. Acolytes aren't allowed up here.
Mm-hmm.
They are bewildered,
so it is either the
in
highlight
awe.
of their day, or they are absolutely in terror.
I mean, there's a mix, right? Because this is suddenly thrust responsibility that involves the daughter herself, because Heya's here. Heya is in this chamber.
Gifton is going to start walking around, plucking up kids and start handing them to acolytes. All right, so this one's going to try to run. So this one's going to bite. So watch out for the biting. Okay, this one's going to take anything shiny that you are wearing and have. Watch out for that one, okay? This one's going to just... Listen, they're just happy, okay? That's not... The look they're giving you might scare you a little bit, but that's just happiness. Don't worry about it.
Okay. Right. Yeah. And soon enough, they're essentially arranging groups to go out. There's 10 acolytes here. And they're sort of suggesting, hey, let's take 10, 15 people out per,
Mm-hmm.
And which is still a small number compared to the amount of passengers you've got. But gradually, small groups can start heading out. And indeed, Gifton, kids, Care, Razem. Razem is easy.
We'll with us.
In fact, Razem can essentially lead a group off herself. It's a.
In fact, we'll probably just say that we're gonna go with Razem and we'll bring Spiri with us.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And you are able to head out into Sahar, into the greater Tulian city, and start wandering about. It does cause a stir. There are strange coloured people, undead figures, now walking the streets of Tulia, apparently with the blessings of the mother, and accompanied by her priestesses.
Bunch of weird tiny people running around with a drow and another undead thing.
So while it doesn't cause so much fear and panic, there is apprehension, of course. There is curiosity. It causes a stir. But it's the first steps in getting the Tulian people used to these kind of presences. Whether that's going to be presences that do stay or not, it's up to, most of the people involved. But Millie is going to be one of the people going out. She basically does the thing of, well, if I'm going to be stuck here, I'm going to go shopping. You, and she's actually grabbing your arm, Cassie. Okay, take me shopping.
Okay.
You are going to spoil me because I know you're an adventurer and you can do that.
Oh no. Cass did not. Can I say I got money out of the bank?
Do you need gold?
Because that would have been something I would have thought of, but I didn't think about it.
Give me an intelligence roll from Cass.
Dumb.
Don't you still have the money I gave you, or did you give it all up?
I gave most of it up.
Okay.
Cassie?
Yes.
I'm afraid you did not.
You can always borrow some from somebody.
Actually,
How much?
I'll tell you what, Cassie. You had the forethought to take out from one of your local accounts.
Oh, I was in Winden.
Yeah, but
you didn't think about it in Winden.
You didn't think to get up all of your money. You have the equivalent of 300 gold from your bank account.
Okay.
That's still a lot to spoil.
That's still a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it gives me a bit more than I had.
Right. As you all heading out,
And speaking of spoiling, Archie's gonna be going and spoiling her wife.
Okay, good. Do those that are heading out want to stick together as a group, or are you splitting up yourselves?
I'm fine with going. I know the path of Zaha pretty well from past Zaha, and Razem does too. So we're kind of a little bit more seasoned, and it's more or less just herding cats with my kids.
Yeah.
Taking them places. The worst thing is when we go to the marketplace, really.
Yeah.
But it's just like we're kind of just doing our pace and letting Kara see the sights and Spiri.
Okay, I'm gonna say that you and your family are off on your own.
Yeah.
It's walking along that there is some duality of flapping. As to your right, as you know, you can see Razem trying to pull one of the kids off of a table stool who's trying to climb into a sort of ornate cup. You're just watching your family care bartering really badly with somebody.
Yeah.
It's amazing given that
Number go up, not go down.
At your right appears Raziel. And then at your left appears Lucifer.
Raziel?
No, not Raziel yet. I'm afraid not.
I was actually expecting
I did it hang for a reason, but no.
Did you just decide to join us for a day out?
Yes, a day out, Lucifer says.
This would look lovely on you, Lucy. Matches your eyes so well. Putting some cloth up against him.
There is...
I could make you a very fine jacket with this.
Another flapping behind you.
Mm-hmm.
And then a pair of arms just drape up around your shoulders, and sort of hang down your front.
Mm-hmm.
Is she human right now, or is she?
Yeah, I'm human right now because we're hurting kids.
Okay, just making sure, because otherwise it's be weird.
And you hear the voice of Turiel just going, "Hi again, friend."
I'm gonna turn around and hug her tight.
Yeah, and she hugs you back.
Oh, come here, meet my family. You've met my brothers, but that's my husband over there, Care. That's my wife, Razem, and well. Okay, this is a lot of them, but that's Bakar, Thaldir, Juval, Razzle, Ricky, RG Lind, Melina, Jacqueline, Thomas, Haley, Rinson, Flink, and Toril.
She's pulling out one of her many notebooks that you've seen. She's writing these down.
It's just a random thing where you got all these
and
names.
How do you tell them apart?
Mostly their faces and their voices.
They're really small.
That was hurtful. They're gonna grow up big.
Of course, yes. Gifton,
Yeah.
I'd like for you to give me an insight check, please.
Mm-hmm.
No.
You've learned she needs glasses.
Oh no, she does need glasses. see.
You got anything to boost that?
You know what? Let me see if I have a wheel or woe today, because I don't know if it's even. It's woe. It's wheel. If it's woe, it's even. So add a 4 to that. So
Okay,
33.
that will get you past the 30 threshold. It's the briefest moment, the ever so briefest, when you're basically going, hey, you know, Raziel and Lucy, that you look to Lucifer and you just catch him staring at Raziel with a mix of hurt and anger. And it is gone in an instant. You could almost call it jealousy.
I put a hand on Lucy and smile at him and go, I can't wait to catch up with you.
Apparently, we are far more acquainted than I'm aware.
Yeah, I guess it's probably. I understand if you don't want to again.
Oh no, it would be my greatest pleasure to get to know you as much as.
I kind of feel like I bullied him into it, so I don't think he really wanted to.
I would love to get to know you.
That's good. I look forward to spilling all of my secrets to you.
Oh, don't make it too easy.
It's okay. Most of the secrets that I have, I think, are lies that I was told by somebody at some point. Some of them might have been yours. Hard to say.
Right. Well, it's I know some good spots around here, so why don't I
I would love that, to have a tour from the Great Lucifer.
Because some of us were here in official capacity and could do that. He's looking towards Raziel as he says that with a smile. And yeah, Lucifer is actually going to start leading you around.
I remember I saw you at the temple one time.
Yes, I was a great honored guest.
You were also the kindest person in the crowd. When everything went bad, you were saying kind words. I remember that.
I do endeavor.
I remember thinking how impressive you were.
Oh, flatterer as well. Please, tell me more.
Also, the way your hair glistened. Oh. You made Cassie panic. Oh my gosh, she came running back to the M going, Lucy's here, we're all gonna die.
Yes, Cassiopeia, the
word that should not be
Nephilim.
said. Yeah. I'm not supposed to say that word.
No, no one is. But here we are.
Then
So why are the three of you running around together again?
There is quite a discussion going on amongst the gods currently.
Mm-hmm.
And, well, it was thought by the more concerned parties that maybe you should have some accompaniment while these discussions are happening, in case anybody decides to act rashly.
Ah, yeah. I was worried about that a bit. You got permission to be here, Turiel, I hope?
Oh, yes. My permission was never taken away.
No, I mean, here. Like, ground zero of whatever's going to happen.
Oh, yes. Specifically asked to be here, so...
Oh, good. I'm assuming they found out that you have a connection.
No.
Or not.
Yes. I'm worried that will then be a thing later, but for right now, they're using it.
Well, I happen to really enjoy your company, and I don't care what you tell them. It's fine. Don't feel like you're betraying me, okay?
Of course, and I wouldn't.
I'm saying that you do your job, and I'm okay with that. That's all I'm saying. It's fine. I don't want you to have any weird feelings about it, okay?
I'm doing my job right now. Got my eye on you.
I know you got your eye on me. Okay, so I'm gonna tell you about. Okay, so that pseudo dragon over there, the orangey one, yeah, that one's a bit of a pudge. You probably couldn't tell it, but he's an eater.
No, it's quite fat.
Yeah. Some of my kids can do magic. Not all of them can yet. Some of them got their wings.
As you are walking around with the angelic trio and your family, those that are outside and out and about, everybody that's out and about, can you give me perception checks, please?
I feel like there's angels, guys.
Yeah, think. Please tell me you have someone with true sight out there.
Well, RG has true sight.
No, I don't.
Oh, I thought RG did. Never mind. Oh, Cassie does? Holy shit.
Yeah, I'm one of the ones who doesn't.
No.
I've got blind sight, but that's only for like 10 meters around me.
Okay.
And I'm pretty sure they're not sitting 10 meters.
And wow, Cass rolled a natural 20, so
Yeah.
fuck.
Cassie. This is funny because this is perhaps the most pertinent one. Yeah. Every now and then, you'll glance, either just sort of dwelling in alleyways or crouching on rooftops and so on. Angels. Some of them look like they are observing you. Some of them look like they are observing other angels. It becomes quickly apparent that there is preparation here. There is a standoff. These are angels prepared on a word to either strike or stand down. And they don't know which is going to happen.
And they don't know at who.
Mm-hmm. And Cassie? It's, while this is happening, that you will see an angel that is making no attempt to mask its presence. It is clad in black robes, carrying a large scythe, sprouting black wings, and glaring at you viciously.
Oh my.
How is he?
We don't know if that's that, because that person should be dead. And that could be literally any Amorian angels. Yeah, any Amorian angel.
Angel is very close to that one.
The replacement.
I mean, the only one that's not is it's not Yamiel, because Yamiel's a little girl right now.
Yamiel is a little girl right now, so you know it's not Yummy.
Yep.
She's a really big robot.
And also pretty sure it's not Usglass.
And with that is where we're going to end this week's session. Everybody, go ahead and take 3,000 experience points. You can take your 1 point of piety, and everyone can have an extra point of hair piety if they want it.
Yeah.
I guess.
Oh, and Gifton, a point of Faye as well.
Yeah.
Does Archie get Morgani?
No.
No.
There's probably a negative there.
I'm genuinely surprised.
There's a negative there always.
Speaking of which, should I be in the negatives?
Oh, you are. Don't worry, I'm tracking that myself.
You pissed her off.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
So you have to pray to her every day?
Twice.
Every day and every evening.
Oh.
So you're so you're praying yourself out of that negative, I bet.
Nope.
I think that's just keeping it dead even.
Honestly, I think that's mostly just as until I feel you've had enough humiliation.
Yeah. The real question is, how is Morgani going to feel about the roughly 10,000 years where you don't pray to her? And then suddenly you do again?
Actually kind of evil, if that's the wording she meant.
The big problem is, you don't even have to worry about the wording with her.
The intent.
She's a fucking god and she's self-righteous. All she cares is about how she interprets it.
Yeah. Yeah, she might decide that every day is every day consecutively. That's bad.
But we will do this same time next week.
Hey.